Christopher Nolan planted 500 acres of corn for Interstellar. After filming, according to Nolan, they sold the crops and even made a profit.
Incredible.
Yeah, I had known that. It's very cool.
Great, you grew corn. The thing that's destroying our soil. Thank you.
All right, Tim. Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, negative Nancy.
Hey, it's the reason we can't grow other products.
It's the reason we have the blight and we have to leave this planet.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's a real Inception move.
Yeah.
He is going to create the thing that causes the impetus for his movie.
Art becomes life rather than life becoming art.
Life imitates art, imitates life, imitates art. Wow. That's deep, bro.
CGI stealing jobs from real dog actors.
I mean,
The travesty.
yeah.
They're stealing those
Did you
dogs'
see
jobs.
Detective Pikachu. They didn't just dress up a bunch of dogs.
True.
Oh, that would have been so much better.
Or did they?
Dude, I want live action
I mean-
Detective Pikachu with dogs playing all the Pokemon.
I want less Pokemon shit in the world. That's what I want.
I mean,
All right. Somebody's a hater.
No, I'm just a realist. There's definitely more than enough. Like we could have people never make new Pokemon stuff again, and there would still be like too much. It's just oversaturated.
I don't know. I'm always.
I was in the generation that was raised in it. Like
okay,
but
I'm always down for another game.
Detective Pikachu was not a Pokemon movie. It was a Ryan Reynolds movie with Pokemon in it.
True.
I
Honestly,
like
it
Pokemon
wasn't that bad.
Snap.
Right.
No.
Because it's a Ryan Reynolds movie.
Did
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds pay Pokemon or did Pokemon pay Ryan Reynolds?
Mutual deal.
It's a Pokemon movie.
If you go by...
settle that shit right there.
If you go...
Everything comes down to money. That's why I'm a
If
business major, and you guys are all
like
idiots.
If you go by screen time, Ryan Reynolds is in it for all of...
He shouldn't actually be seen in it at all.
4 minutes? Well, no, because he plays a
I know
human
what he plays.
first.
He plays a human?
No, what Dallas doesn't know. He hasn't seen it.
Oh, okay.
He probably won't watch it.
True.
Unless there's a good reason.
Ryan Reynolds gets turned into
To a-
Pikachu.
Yeah.
Mewtwo.
Spoilers.
You're not gonna watch it. Mewtwo
Fine.
turns him into Pikachu. Spoilers for everybody. Because he's like a scientist or whatever. And
Mewtwo's a
then-
scientist?
No,
He likes
Ryan Reynolds is
science.
a scientist.
Oh.
And then
So he
Ryan
got
Reynolds'
mad?
son, it comes to find, his dad, and ends up like teaming up with Pikachu, who he doesn't know is his dad. And then at the end, he turns back into Ryan Reynolds,
And then he's like, oh, Dad.
and it's his dad.
So that's why he's
Why
like...
does this Pikachu sound like my dad?
Yeah.
This must just be a Pikachu.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
it's right
so
up
wait,
there with...
so the,
wait, what do
the-
you mean Clark Kent is
So the
Superman?
Pikachu knows that it's his father?
No, the Pikachu doesn't. At the time, the
He has
Pikachu doesn't
amnesia.
remember anything.
He has selective amnesia.
Oh, how convenient.
Yeah. It's like a soap opera. It's like a
It
telenovela.
was all created so that Mewtwo got it, so that his son and Pikachu could team up and then end up saving Mewtwo.
Yeah.
From the evil guys.
That sounds super contrived.
It was also made as a kids movie, and it's actually a pretty good kids movie. So
Said the adult.
yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. That's
Who do you think writes kids' books?
idiots.
Okay.
Actually,
Those idiots make a
okay.
lot of money.
Oh, they
But,
do.
like,
They
school
do. Doesn't
assignments-
exclude them from being idiots.
School assignments where like kindergartners have to write books like kind of slap. I'm not gonna lie, they're pretty funny.
True.
I wrote a book when I was in kindergarten, and
you did.
I
I
still have
bet it was about money.
No,
Dog.
that was back
It was
when I was.
about
It was back when I was.
Death.
No, it was back when I was pure.
So never?
No, he was pure in kindergarten. That's what he's saying.
I was pure back then. Yeah.
I doubt it.
Welcome to the podcast. I don't know what we're titling it.
So don't mind
So-
Dallas's subpar introduction.
That's a fine introduction until it was
No.
interjected upon. Welcome. My name's Dallas. That was Tim who just rudely interrupted me. We got Gabby
And
Hi.
Zach.
Yeah.
and we have Zach. Tonight we'll be having a friend join us named Cameron. He'll be joining us shortly. So stay tuned for that. Tonight's Hot Topic. Did you ever shop at Hot Topic?
Oh yeah.
No.
Just immediate. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Come on.
I think I may have entered that store like 3 times in my life.
There was a tiny
Me too.
part of me out of spite.
Bro. Sorry,
Headlines, everybody.
back to Hot Topic.
No, I think there was a tiny part of me, like, out of spite. There was just joy in making my mom go in there, too. Because I was fine. I was totally comfortable. I was like, this is great. But just forcing my
She's
mother to
like,
also go in there.
Everything's
She's like,
great.
it's too edgy.
Hey.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Shirtless.
Shut up even faster, yeah.
There he is.
Cameron is here. That's your spot, man. Yeah, just take a seat, position the camera.
There's a camera.
Position the mic.
There's a camera in front of you, or in front of it.
There's a camera somewhere
It's
near
inside
you.
Of the it's inside the microphone, so
It's
the closer
inside
to
of
your
you
face,
guys
get, like,
the
video
better
too?
view we have.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, I would have believed you.
Yeah.
Straight up. Never know.
Yeah. So this is Cameron. Say hello.
Hello, I'm
Awesome.
Cameron.
Awesome.
First
Friend of the show,
time-
joining us
It's my
tonight.
first time. Be gentle.
It is.
Ew.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Stop.
Okay, I'm done.
You took the
Maybe.
Immediately.
it's a totally new energy when
Yeah,
camera
there's a
walks
new. There's something else going on here now. It's
Sorry,
good.
what was
It's
the
good. It's
topic?
interjecting.
Nothing.
Uh,
I may ask you to spit your gum out though. 'Cause I
Oh,
can hear it
yeah.
every time.
Ew.
Gum-
As you're
gum
chewing.
will,
I literally just stopped Tim from like
Yeah.
eating red vines
what
in
is
front
the
of the
deal? Yeah.
microphone.
What's going on
Why?
tonight?
What's up with you guys chewing?
Just chewing
Everyone's
it
just
inside of his
chewing.
microphone.
Yeah.
No.
There we
It's,
go. That's better.
it's ASMR
It's just-
night.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Especially
Jeez.
since I'm the only one who can hear it.
But you're the only one who likes it.
I like it like that.
Mm.
Don't
All
lie,
right.
Zach. You like ASMR.
No.
I'm
It's
speechless.
really
All right.
weird.
So
So
that's why he likes it.
I just. Yeah. I don't know.
See, we need.
Guys, the reason why I still have it Untitled, I gotta address this because I looked up the domain for
Taken.
Freeform. .com is taken, but Freeform podcast is not taken. But then I thought, well, do I want to start it and call it Freeform with the Clever 4 moniker? Because what if, like, in 6 months, like, we're not all living here in the same city, right? So I'm just curious if you know, if we should name it that for like a long running thing, or we could just call this what it is, and then if it ends up dying, then it
Dude,
dies. And then
I like that name. The What It Is podcast.
I have a feeling that that's probably taken.
That's probably taken.
But then again, we thought Freeform was taken, and it wasn't. What it is. It's very like 70s. What it is.
It is
dog.
what it is.
What it is.
Hey, we don't discriminate.
Hey, that's not a discrimination. That's just like that's a time period, really.
Ageism.
Is that what that is? I don't know.
I mean,
It's not like old
At
people are
What
going
It
around
Is
saying that.
podcast is a Twitter handle.
Oh.
That is the What It Is podcast, an indie podcast focusing on the Alberta arts.
shout out to
Guests, games, trivia, and hilarity. Whatever happens, it is what it is. They have the domain What It Is podcast as well. There is no website there, but they do own the domain, at least I would assume.
Yeah.
So they're too lazy.
They have not tweeted on their account since 2018.
So now it's what it was.
Yeah. So I don't
No. We could call ourselves What It Were.
No.
what it were.
No. I object.
I object.
So I don't
You know what's
if they
interesting, though?
And they only have like 800 followers on.
Well, when I was looking for the domain, on the domain site that I was searching it on, it said, "This is a great domain to have because it has the number 4. It's very simple words,
Mm-hmm.
It has the word podcast in it, which is good. And then also because it has the letter M. For some reason, the letter M is a very searchable letter. I have no idea why. They didn't say why. They just said literally the letter M is very searchable.
That's got to be an algorithm thing.
I thought, is that
it's
because
more of like a Twitch thing? Because M is an index finger down, isn't it, on the keyboard?
maybe it could be that, but my thinking,
even with a thumb, like spacebar.
well, my thinking was
this
because
is an M.
most people in popular domains will have it end in a .com, which has an M.
M in it.
So most popular websites have that, even though .com is not even supposed to be for all domains. Like, a lot of people don't realize that when they built these, they actually built rules to them. Like, each one, some of them have their own country, right? Like, if it's .co.uk, that would be a company in the UK, right? If it's .ca, that means they're based in Canada, right? And so you have different things like that. We even have like a .us, right? But .com is actually supposed to be for commercial, like, businesses, essentially, right? Yeah. So it actually doesn't make sense that everyone has a .com.
Right.
But they screwed that up so long ago because no one understood it. So now it's just kind of like whatever.
Right. If you are a part of the U.S. government, you're a whatever state, 2 letters, .gov.
Right.
And that dictates that you are part of the government in some capacity.
Right.
Aren't a lot of colleges like EDU also?
Yep.
Right.
EDUs,
so that's education.
And EDUs have specific rules to creating. I had to, even when we started, when I was in grad school, when we had to build a class website that wasn't on Blackboard, that wasn't on the school platform, that had to have an EDU on it. Otherwise, it wasn't okay for us to hold our class stuff on it. So it had to be private and it had to be an EDU. So
that is interesting. Yeah, because I know that some of them, they follow different rules and things like that. But
yeah, well, you're not allowed to. For the most part, you're not allowed to make your students' work public.
Yeah,
makes sense.
I'm gonna quite your update on the "It Is What It Is" name. Unfortunately, there are currently six active podcasts on Spotify using that name.
Oh, you know
what?
See,
it did sound like a good name. At least 6 people thought so.
We should 6 of them currently running.
We should call it. We should just be contrarian. Call it "It Is What It Isn't."
It isn't what it was.
They are who we thought
they
were.
are who we thought they were. And we let them off the hook.
Yeah. Actually,
if you want to crown their ass,
as far as
crown them.
websites go, it honestly might be useful to find a ending that's not like .com or .net or .org and do it like if you did like freeform.show or freeform.
I like
something
that.
else that
well,
like.
what about cast? Like .cast?
I don't know if I don't know if cast is one. You just
there's like a .us, which .us is kind of nice.
.us is kind of nice, but like stuff like that because that it rolls off the tongue as like an announcement thing when it comes to
when you want to plug it
podcast and plugging stuff, right?
Yeah. I dig a .show. That sounds fun.
If you look it up like that, if somebody looked up, freeform.show.com, right? It would not come up with anything, but because there's 2 dots, it should search it, which would come up with freeform.com, freeform.show.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Oh, right. Yeah. That's a good question. I don't know. I know there was a lot of versions of Freeform that were available, just not specifically freeform.com, which when I looked into that domain, it's just nothing. It's a placeholder.
Right.
And
it just owns it.
Well, I went to click because it was like, if you want to purchase, like, follow here. I clicked on the links. They led to nothing. So I was like, okay, so I can't even get in touch with the person who owns it either.
Right.
So that was a little annoying. But
so you could do Freeform without the .show, and that's even a thing.
I mean, is there a reason why you're hesitant about the number?
Well, it's just because if it's based on a number of 4 people, and if at any time we can't have 4, then it's kind of like that's the whole gimmick.
Sometimes we have 4. Sometimes we have 5.
I know, but we have a base set of 4.
I mean, sometimes you'll have 3.
But we have
I
a
think-
base set of
I think
4.
if we still,
Well, then I mean,
agree.
4 founders. You just
there you go.
Call,
I
call
think
it that
even
what
if
it
people
is.
drop off and use if we like the name Freeform with a 4 enough, I think it's worth just keeping it, and it will become more of a tag and less of a meaning thing down the line. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, what if we
If-
just
if it's
label
if it
ourselves
works-
as this label is meaningless? Pull like a Prince thing.
We are the
as long
artist
as-
formerly known
But
as
then
4.
he became the prince.
as long as
So
it
we
works-
will become the 4.
as long as it
Fourless.
works as a brand thing,
Yeah.
then it doesn't really matter what the purpose of it is.
Right.
Right. If it's a brand
True.
and identity thing,
Yeah, that's true.
then it kind of works regardless.
Well, I could totally purchase it. It wasn't crazy. It was pretty inexpensive. And while I was searching, I also something I wanted to do for a long time, which was get my own website, literally for myself, as basically like a resume website, which are very good in general. It sets you apart from a lot of people, especially in the business world, and especially if you have something that can be shown. So for instance, Zach's.
We were all encouraged to.
Yeah, I was gonna say Zach's career would
Yeah.
definitely benefit from having his own website.
Yeah.
But I looked up my full name, and that is totally available. And I was like,
Nice.
sweet.
There you go.
It's definitely not a very common name, so I was like, that's very cool. So I think I'll purchase those at the same time. But then they want you to purchase like all this background security shit, and I'm just wondering if it's worth it. Like, it's not crazy
Where are you
expensive.
buying it off of?
I was going with GoDaddy.
Okay.
I mean,
Because I've just always, any domain I purchased, I just purchased straight off of Google. You can just Google.domains.
oh, okay. Well, when you do it off of GoDaddy,
because
they'll-
GoDaddy has
they'll try to get you
sponsors and stuff that they want to sell you.
yeah, they'll provide you stuff
Sure.
for cheaper, I think, and easier routes than other things. I did a little research into it, and apparently GoDaddy, like, there's a reason they really are the best.
I mean, they
Like,
built their company right.
right.
So-
Yeah, so it is good. Yeah, I think I would rather just straight up purchase it. Yeah, probably through Google or something. But yeah. Anyway, I just want to let you know that I was looking into that. But a big thing that I'm gonna have to set up. Well, it's not big, but I didn't realize how necessary RSS feeds are to a podcast website. Like, they're kind of the only way that you can broadcast to servers like Spotify and iTunes and all that. They pretty much exclusively run off of RSS feeds. So basically, we'd have to build that into the website, which is not crazy hard. It's not even really hard, but it's coding, which
Yeah.
it is.
Which
yeah.
is out of my field.
Or you go and do.
It's not that hard.
Or
but
you go and just do a.
You can have
You
providers.
just have a distributor.
Yeah, you can. Yeah,
That's what most
exactly.
people do.
Distributor, and I've looked into those too. I'm just trying to see how much it's gonna like
Right.
cost me per month because I don't want it to get.
I looked up your name because on Google Domains it's $12 a year.
Okay, we're gonna have to bleep that out, but
Oh, I was thinking about it.
that's why I never said it. But yeah, no.
Yeah, so if your name's
that-
Dallas, it's only $12 a year.
Yoink it.
I was gonna say.
Grab it quick so you deny our Dallas his dream.
Wow, it's way cheaper on GoDaddy, at least the first year.
Cheaper than
okay.
$12.
Yeah, GoDaddy usually has deals like $1 or $2 for
Yeah.
the first year.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then subsequent years, depending on how many years out you're going to purchase, so you can purchase up to like 5 years in advance. It can bring it all the way down to like $10 a year or something like that.
Dang.
So up front, you just pay like $50, and then you have it for like 5 years.
Yeah,
So-
they're pretty good.
Yeah.
Making doable plans.
Well, I mean, especially if it's one that no one has the domain, it
Sure.
means it's obviously not that popular. So they're like, well, we might as well make some money off of it than nothing, because that means it's just sitting there doing nothing. So, yeah. Anyway, that's cool. Because basically, I will have to set that up before we can even begin to broadcast these. That's what I discovered this week or last week. So yeah, we'll have to get that running in order to even, because like Spotify, for instance, that's the first place I wanted to broadcast this, And I discovered, they literally only run off of RSS feeds. It's totally free to set up on there, but that's the only way to get it on there. So we have to build the site first, have the distributor like chain it all together, and then we can do that. So there's a lot more background work to be done, but it is cool to have these already recorded and ready to go. So
right. Also, because you're gonna have to pay for a server, especially if you have to host all of the. If we're deciding to host all of these on our own on the website, each of them are like $1.5 GB,
right?
And that server storage fee will stack up quickly,
right?
Unless you like use a distributor or whatever,
right?
I just don't know what the cost difference is, versus time, and because you have to weigh in, how much time and effort to do it. Although once you have it set up,
right,
you should just be able to upload them. But
because once you have the RSS in there, because I was looking it up, basically it's pretty easy. It'll keep going back because the RSS essentially it's a shortened version of the code, and so it just it'll go back and it'll gather all the ones that you have at that point, and so it'll just constantly be feeding it to each each broadcaster, and so you're right. Once it's set up, it's fairly simple, but it's just the fact of like getting it done, and so all just learning things you learn, as you're going down this route. So Cameron, you look tired, man. You've been working all day?
Yeah.
It's,
just busy all over the place.
Yeah.
But it wasn't a bad day.
Are you driving around everywhere in your dad's truck?
No, I was driving in my car today. I take his truck sometimes. But
is that just when you have to like make deliveries or something, or? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can fit 8 5-gallon buckets in my car. So anything more than that, dad's truck. Plus
8 5-gallon buckets. Okay. Dang.
Yeah. And so, but like doors and picking up rigs, ladders, that's dad's truck.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Well, for those of you guys who don't know, Cameron's dad is a painter. Everything that goes along with that.
Oh, you might be able to get a sponsorship out of that.
Who knows? Actually, that'd be kind of cool. Be like, hey, Lair, we need some money for a website.
Cameron might have the sales pitch down.
I might could throw down once or twice. Get a little mute. Get a little like. I could probably do a little voice.
Wow. All right.
Now
do a little radio voice.
No, I'm free.
That'd be pretty cool.
I'm feeling weird about
I like that. Can't think about it too much.
Suddenly self-conscious.
Can't think about it too much. Yeah. But anyway, that was something I was thinking about today. Just, the ins and outs of getting this stuff together. But on a much more fun note, have you guys noticed like the smell of like maybe peppermint or cinnamon in here? Anyone else?
No.
Really? You? No?
I washed my feet, so I'm smelling body wash.
That's good. Well, no, I thought it was stronger. It's coming off of me because right before this, I went to go see my buddy, and
Bath and Body Works.
Yeah, I went to see my buddy at Bath and Body Works.
Oh, Tiger Balm?
Yeah. No, it's Firebomb.
I mean, same.
It's not the same thing. That is not true. Tiger Balm does not burn.
It's not as much. Yeah.
Yeah. So this balm is put on me by my buddy who he does massages for a living and physical therapy, that kind of stuff. And so I went to go see him. I was just jacked up from my San Diego trip, basically driving in my little Honda that is not quite built for a guy my size, but I've had it for so many years. I just keep it, and so did these long trips and got really cramped up, and I was really jacked up. I walked in, he's like, I immediately saw that your shoulders are not even. Like, one is up and one is down. I was like, oh, all right. I'm Hunchback in Notre Dame, dude. Like, I'm Quasimodo, dude. I'm not a full human. That's what I was. And so he beat the crap out of me, dude.
I was gonna say, he'll fix you.
It hurt so bad.
And then he'll put liquid fire on your skin.
Oh, he did that too. And then he literally, this is the most times he's ever told me, I'm sorry. He's like, but I have to do this.
Yep.
And then he proceeds to do something that feels like akin to torture. And at some point, I definitely gave away my troops in the mountains to him.
You're like,
And I don't even have troops in the mountains, but I gave him coordinates. I definitely did.
I don't know where I got those coordinates, but
Yeah,
they came out.
they came to me. I was like, "You'll never get it out of me." And then he just kept going. And I was like, "Okay, we're hiding in the mountains. We have 3 battalions. You'll never see us coming." But oh wait, now you will. Yeah,
We're coming from the southeast.
dude, it was horrible. It was horrible. He went across my serratus interior, and just like, for those of you guys who don't know, that's basically your ribs and the muscles that run over your ribs. And he just basically like grinded his knuckles against it to try and get work
I'd be
out.
swinging.
Oh, it was extremely painful, but I'm feeling much more relaxed now.
Mhm.
Tomorrow, I'm going to feel like I got beat up. So that's going to be fun, but I'm feeling pretty decent right now. But this was a long time coming, so luckily I got to schedule another session with him in 2 weeks, which that one will feel a lot better.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And you've been drinking plenty of water today.
Yeah, no, I was
Very
gonna say,
important.
you definitely got to drink water. Yeah, otherwise it'll really sneak up on you. But yeah, that was healing requires pain, dude.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. Zach's a sadist, for you guys who don't know.
Yeah. Isn't it growth requires pain? Healing shouldn't require pain.
In terms of the body, a lot of times it does.
Pain tells your body where to send help.
Exactly.
Well,
Pain is more of a
yes.
messenger,
Yes,
really.
absolutely.
Yeah.
But in the actual act of healing,
No pain, no gain, man.
No pain, no gain, dude. It wouldn't rhyme if it wasn't true.
but
It's true.
that's a weightlifting workout.
Is
don't,
it?
Don't
Yes.
put it in a box,
That's
man.
Yeah,
That's,
don't put it in a box, bro.
What is it, Lee Haney? That was
Yeah.
his saying. No
Yeah.
pain, no gain.
Yeah, but
You know,
don't
a
the
lot of guys have said
absolute
that.
Don't look-
monster of a human being. The one of the biggest people I've ever seen.
Do not
Gosh.
limit language, man.
No, I'm not limited.
Anything
I just
means
want
whatever you
clarification.
want it to mean.
If postmodernism has taught us anything, it's that everything means nothing,
And nothing means
True.
anything.
and nothing means something.
But it all means something.
Right, but it means nothing, but it does mean something.
Yeah.
No, it all means nothing, but nothing means something.
Just matters what.
Nothing is something, but nothing matters.
Really. To Tim, anyway.
No, I'm not a postmodernist. Just a student of the modernists and the postmodernists.
That was one of the most pretentious things I've ever heard
Thank you.
someone say.
Thank you.
Just a student of the modern
Modernists.
postmodernists. And,
No, the modernists and the postmodernists.
Oh. Separate classification. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
They are different.
Are they?
Yeah.
We're all the same, Tim. I believe we're all one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Akuna
All right.
Matata to you too.
Back onto a hot topic.
Means no.
Gabby, what did you like to buy at the Hot Topic?
What?
What was your favorite thing to buy at the Hot Topic?
Probably just band shirts, honestly.
Shirts. I was gonna
Yeah.
guess, yeah. Do you still have a lot of the shirts that you purchased?
Mm-hmm.
From high school?
They didn't get like eaten by the dryer.
Yeah.
Were they like well made shirts, or would they?
Yeah, most of them would be like from the band, like
Really?
band merch.
Ooh.
Actually.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's pretty.
You know what? That makes a lot of sense because I guess Hot Topic was like an outlet for them to be like, "Hey, here,
And
buy our stuff."
Well, and Hot Topic would like they'd sponsor like mega tours and stuff like that.
Oh.
So like they'd get, you know, if they're having this mega tour of like 5 different bands or something, Hot Topic would be a sponsor.
Yeah.
I really honestly didn't know that.
Mhm.
I always just thought of Vans because they had the
For
Warped
sure. Also
Tour.
them. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, think
But
of
I
the
never saw-
culture that goes with it.
Yeah.
true.
Like that. Yeah. There's so much culture that.
But the weird thing is, I don't remember Vans ever selling like band T-shirts and stuff. Then again, I wasn't in a Vans store very
Well, no,
often.
but you have to realize all of those bands,
Yeah.
the lead artists and the drummers, what did they wear? Vans.
Right.
That's true.
And Vans primarily shoes.
True. And Vans did sell skateboards
They
out of
did.
their shops.
Well, yeah, but a ton of artists, like especially I feel like every pop punk drummer I saw was wearing Vans.
Yep.
Or
They're just a good shoe, I guess.
oh,
Vans.
What are the other ones?
They're not.
Converse.
Oh,
Converse.
Yeah,
Converse, yeah, that's
Converse
a
were drummers though.
Yeah, and that's
That
a
was the
product.
basis.
Converse is the relic from the '80s
True.
that just
That
kind of
kept lasting.
it just lasted.
Stayed around.
The crazy thing is, those used to be like the basketball shoe.
Now they're like the weightlifter shoe, like
Yep.
the competitive weightlifter.
Really? See, I thought those were more Vans.
No,
Because I had a lot of buddies who would wear Vans. I wore Vans for a while in
or
weightlifting.
maybe, but right now, like now.
Oh,
now,
yeah,
it's
now they
Converse.
are.
Yeah.
Interesting. Because I used to wear Vans because Vans are a very flat-footed
Yep.
shoe,
Mhm.
and they're very simple. They're not like a lot
And they're
going on,
really
but it's enough.
thick sole. So
Yeah,
it's-
and so it's just enough to keep you sturdy. And they're also with that rubber bottom. They're not very slip proof, or they are slip proof. So I remember I really liked them for wearing in weightlifting and
I
stuff
wore-
like that.
I wear Vans today.
Yeah, no, Vans are great. I've never, I don't think I've ever owned a pair of Converse. I used to have a beef about it in high school.
I have high tops.
Yeah, people used to always like to be like, "Oh, wear Converse." Like it was like the popular thing to wear in high school when I was in high school. And
I'm just saying because Van high tops are so heavy.
really,
Yeah.
Yeah,
huh?
High top Converse, it's not that bad
Yeah,
for a high top shoe. High top Vans are heavy.
really.
'Cause they're so thick.
I didn't know that. I don't think I've ever.
I think when I wore
I've
shoes,
never owned. Not the flat, just the low cut.
Yeah, when I wore shoes, they
Yeah.
were usually Nike, just
Yeah,
because I guess I just
yeah. Nikes were good.
those were the athletic shoes, and
Yeah, I always wore them for basketball shoes, pretty much.
yeah, and
Yeah.
so I wore those around. But if I had my way, I'd never wear shoes. So
I'm very similar. I like in the summer, which is pretty much year round here.
True.
I'm almost always in sandals, flip flops,
Yeah.
thongs, whatever you want to call them.
No,
And
Yeah, we're not.
not that one.
no, we're not called that.
We
We'd
live
call
in
'em
the
fucking
US of
flops,
A.
though.
I mean they were called thongs,
No,
way back.
no.
We live in the US of A. Okay.
Yeah.
I still don't know what that means.
It's
I feel like that'd be
2021.
more likely that we'd call them thongs in the USA.
No.
because in other countries they don't call them flip flops at all. That's not even a name. For them
Oh,
there.
right. Well, they're definitely not slides. I'm not a fan of slides.
No.
If you wear slides, you need help.
Oh, shut up.
Seek it.
Or you're a high school
Find
athlete.
it. Yeah, and you think you're a gangster or something
No,
because
you're just a high school athlete.
Why is it
College
such a
athlete.
Why is that such a thing? I don't. That's so
Because
weird.
you're wearing socks and you don't want to, and you keep putting on cleats normally. So why are you going to put on shoes?
That's
Yes, you have your Vans, but after the game, you want to kick off your sweaty cleats. Got your sweaty hot
Yeah.
socks, man. Pair of slides. Get a breeze, air out your toes.
That's a good point. But why not just wear Crocs?
See, this is why there needs to be a camera in the microphone because the death glare. Like no,
death
Crocs. No.
Yeah, why not just wear Crocs, bro?
No.
Because
Crocs.
yeah, I mean,
Have you
there-
worn them?
Because
There's
you're
that,
walking
and then there's the
across
fact
mud
that
and you
it's-
hear
It's a
crocky
plastic
thing?
salad bowl
No.
for your feet.
It's a salad bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah, growing mossy.
That
funk.
salad bowls don't have holes in
I
them.
agree on the Crocs thing.
You're talking about a
People are wearing
colander.
Crocs, and I'm
Squirrel.
not. I
But
don't
it's not a
understand it.
salad bowl.
People die on the hill of Crocs.
Yeah.
Okay. I
Yeah,
don't
I would
get
it is
rather
very-
see
I
pair of
wish
loafers,
more would
man.
die.
You
Or
look
like-
dumb.
It
In
is
my opinion,
very-
Yeah, you look dumb.
No, and I agree.
You look
I'm-
dumb.
into
You are
sport
dumb.
mode, and
Okay,
it's like, the
okay.
fuck are you gonna
my
do?
one like dumb stupid movie that I actually do really like because I hate
Yeah.
dumb funny movies, but the one I do really like, I hate dumb funny.
What's
Nice
a
thing.
good example
Dumb
of
funny?
dumb funny?
Oh,
Dumb and Dumber.
Okay.
Well, Dumb and Dumber.
I mean, Scandal?
I mean,
that's-
quintessential
it's in the name.
Dumb and Dumber.
I was gonna say another really good one would be like Billy Madison.
No,
Yeah.
Okay.
But those,
Okay.
those are
Waterboy.
those are golden to me. Those are
Well,
great.
it's a type of comedy I could see where
Yeah.
The difference I will say about those
Pineapple
earlier.
Express, get that shit out of
Yeah,
here.
but see, I will say the funny thing is.
Hangover, get that shit out of here.
Oh, see, I disagree.
Oh, really?
Hangover,
No.
Hangover is not in the dumb funny
I feel
category. I
visceral
disagree.
pain and anxiety
It's
watching these people
slapstick.
fumble
Loved
around.
that.
But it's not
Movie.
dumb.
I feel
What do
visceral anxiety watching these
tigers
dumb
dream
people
of
fumble
when they take a
around.
little
It's not because they're
tiger's
dumb though.
sleep?
That's not their issue.
Do
They got
dream
there for a
of
reason.
Molly
They didn't just happenstance it like.
Cameron's just singing it off.
It is poor decision making leading to comedy.
But it doesn't mean.
See, yeah, it's like poor decisions are funny, correct? And I'm like incorrect. Now I'm uncomfortable.
Well, that's why it's called. I was gonna say. I once dissected this with my buddy Stuart, and he made it clear to me in one sentence. He goes, well, errors are funny. Yeah, and I go, why? He goes, well, have you ever heard of that term, like a comedy of errors? It is funny to laugh at someone who you can feel slightly either superior to by laughing at their stupidity and going, oh, well, of course, like this is what you should have done. Or it is by commiseration,
I can't.
and
see
you
her
go,
from here,
I
so
could see myself
she's
as
shaking
the
her head?
character.
Leave me alone.
Oh,
Yeah. And so you go, I could see myself as that character.
No.
And then there's some relation there. And then you
And I feel
laugh because
pain.
you go, I see myself in the character. And there's.
Just so we follow up with Stuart.
Yes. We can't right now. He's in Ventura.
I know, but
He's
comedy of errors
Yes.
is one. It's a Shakespeare play.
Your mom's a Shakespeare play. What were you saying, Gabby?
You know when it's like either like a video or a commercial has like a statement and then it later gets like corrected or redacted or whatever, and it'll be like, and it is going to be next Monday.
July 31st. You're like, oh.
Where it's like,
okay.
come join us on this Thursday, the 22nd.
You're like, that doesn't sound the same. Yeah. It's like a
had
woman
that
announcing it,
vibe.
and then a man comes in, 22nd. Yeah.
And
we are proud to report that we have had a clean facility for 3 days.
3 days. You're like, wow.
Wow, what happened before?
Everyone
that?
give us a round of applause. You're like, wait, what? For 3
Yeah.
days? Jeez.
our new
My
record.
my original rebuttal though is that comedy of errors as written it's Shakespeare wrote it as one of the most simplistic of his comedies, where it's simple humor.
It is the title of a
play.
Oh, I did not realize
Yeah,
that. Okay.
it's the actual title
Got it.
of the play.
Got it.
And the play itself is farcical and slapstick and
Farcical.
yes.
Every time I hear farcical, I just have to say it. I always think of fartsicle.
Yeah. So does
sorry.
I'm not the only
so
one.
does
Yeah, I'm sorry.
99% of society.
I'm 5.
Is it
I'm
a
sorry.
gaseous assicle?
Assicle? Wait, what? Okay.
Wow.
That
We
is
went
a
from
whole.
passing gas to a completely different
That's a whole other
characterization.
level. An assicle.
Anyway, the
Oh
point
my
is,
gosh.
it's only funny because you're laughing at the stupidity of the characters.
Oh, so it is a sense of superiority.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. It's purely that.
purely that.
Okay.
Makes me sad. Makes me sad
Makes
inside.
me sad.
Well, and in comparison to other comedies that Shakespeare wrote,
yeah.
there's actual like competent characters, and even the incompetent characters do the right thing, make the right choices, so that not all of his comedies are slapstick is my point. So there is funny beyond the slapstick.
So slapstick requires a stupid character?
In essence, you need a character who is flawed in their decision making
Gotcha.
Well, I mean, think
and
about
puts
it.
themselves in situations in which slapstick can occur. And it is a genre of funny
Right.
and a very successful one.
Yeah.
But personal tastes are personal tastes, and if that's not Gabby's bag, then that's not her bag, baby.
I don't like that.
I know you don't.
That's my bag, baby.
That's not my bag, baby.
What?
Vanessa,
What don't you
I
like?
swear,
His
it's not
reference.
mine.
Oh.
I mean, the reference was what I was is on purpose.
No, I am aware.
For those who don't know, is Austin Powers.
But anyway, one movie I do like.
Yes.
that
Back
fits
to
in that
Gabby's main
category.
point.
Thank you.
It's this movie, and it's basically it's this whole trope on like cheerleaders in cheerleading camp, and these two football guys go.
Oh,
and become
Fired Up!
Yes, Cameron, thank
Oh, we
And-
are driving. We are
you.
driving.
Okay, and there's this one line. there's
So
this
Cameron
one
knows
line.
this one. Yeah.
Okay, we should watch Fired Up one time. It's really funny,
Mhm. It's
and
one
it's
of the
one I
best.
actually enjoy.
I think I
And
may have
there's this
seen it a
one line in
long
there,
time ago, 'cause I
And
remember that
it's
one.
like the main like dick of the movie. The main like he's like stealing one of the guy's girls, like all this stuff and everything. At the end, he just gets totally like comeuppance, like laid out all this stuff. And
Yeah.
this one guy, tiny little guy comes over and just like after he gets laid out on the grass, he's like leaning over him like trash talking him. He's like, listen, because the part of it was that he wore Crocs all the time.
Yep.
This asshole guy.
Man,
And
what
he
was his
leans over. He
song?
says, listen, you're not an old lady gardening or a baby on the beach. You don't get to wear those. It's like,
Without
that's all I can
yeah.
think of.
What was his song too?
That's a
He
great.
was so
I don't
into
remember.
a stupid song.
I haven't
That
seen
is a
that movie
great
in too
point.
long. But-
I'm assuming for the era, it was probably a Nickelback song.
Probably.
no, okay,
Blink
no.
182.
There is a
Oh,
joke in there where one of the main guys. He's
knocked down.
Oh, yeah.
again.
Oh, yeah.
Chumbawamba.
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 But
yeah.
no, there's a main joke where one of the main guys. He was
Yeah.
like, "Oh yeah, I did go through a phase where I just wore this leather bracelet. That was a little Nickelbacky." And it's like,
It was on Nickelback.
and he's this like blonde dude. He has like surfer hair, and it's good.
Yeah. We should not slight Chumbawamba because they only had one song and it was about getting knocked down and getting back up again.
But it was also about pissing the night away.
yeah, true.
Well, did they get back up again?
Yeah, they
And
did.
they always got back up again. And then this girl who apparently could drink every type of drink that you could name.
Yep.
So she
She
whiskey
was
drink,
Irish.
she gets a vodka drink. He just keeps going. He just lists like every single thing.
I
Yeah.
don't know, Cameron, are you just playing the scene in your head now too?
Yeah.
From
in
the,
car.
movie,
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah.
I can even picture the car, stupid
Mhm.
convertible.
Mm-hmm.
He was
the
such a
cheerleader?
Chad. Like,
Oh, he totally was.
I feel
wonder
bad
if
for
he was.
Chads around the world, but only a little bit.
Well, because the guy's name, he's like a pre-med, but he says he's a doctor, and his name is Rick, and he says, "What's up,
That's
Dick?" He says, "It's Rick." He's like, "Sorry, you look like such a dick to me."
Yep, that's a Chad.
Yeah. Oh, he totally. It's like before, because it's before like
wearing his fucking
Chad
hat.
was like as it is
A
now, like a
thing.
concept, but
Yeah,
he's
right.
basically that.
Interesting.
But yeah, it's a good movie, and I actually like, as somebody who doesn't like dumb funny movies, I actually really like that movie. So
Okay.
And it has
Okay.
good, like, wholesome character development. They become better people, I think.
that's
If I
probably
remember it
probably
right.
why, because I'm like, oh, these people actually grew, and
Mhm.
like I feel better.
Because they go
Yeah.
from, like,
Making bad decisions to making good decisions.
Well,
Correct.
they
I was
go
gonna
from
say,
being
well-
typical, like, football, coach, or not coaches, football
Jocks.
jocks,
Yeah, players.
leaders,
Yeah.
to, decent heart.
So they go
warming
from, I'm
peoples.
guessing they go from toxic masculinity to like healthy masculinity.
Yeah.
Okay, let's not talk about that.
I'm just, what?
I don't want this.
Dallas is afraid of
Yeah.
his toxic masculinity.
Yeah.
It makes
said
me
the
upset.
said the person with the vagina sitting next to me.
I'm
Wow,
over here,
Cameron,
but
are you gonna let him
also-
talk about you like that?
But also, it makes
Rude.
me sad because I keep looking at this jar of red vines, and for some reason, it's all done in odd numbers, and I hate it because it's like 5.5 pound jar. Serving size is 3 twists. There are 83 servings.
It's
in
really
here.
simple.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
I've never read the the bucket that it comes
And for
in.
some reason, and it's I don't.
Is the funny thing, yeah.
Why
You guys ever gotten the
83?
red
I-
vines
I
bucket
just turned
from
the
Costco? That's
labels
what we're
away from
talking about.
Gabby so it doesn't
83 though.
bother.
It's
Why?
like a 10. I think is it 10 pounds?
It says 5.5.
Oh, it's 5.5 pounds. Sorry, I missed that. Yeah, it's a
pounds
massive bucket.
That's a lot of red vines.
It's a lot.
lot
Yeah,
of
it's a
red
ton.
No,
It-
10 pounds would be. That's
You can
reasonable.
live.
You're like,
is-
that bucket is reasonable.
I mean, that's half. So
Yeah. Well, no.
Were you
A
guys
little
those
more- little more
weirdos?
than
A
a little
full
more.
bucket is
Were you guys
reasonable.
those weirdos that like ate the ends off and used them as straws?
Yeah,
yeah.
totally.
Of course.
You weren't cool.
I was doing that
unless
with the
you did
Truly
that.
last week.
Oh, I forgot about that.
I
Yeah,
did that.
are you kidding? Yeah, I still do it sometimes when I'm.
They just
you
get all
know.
soggy. It makes me sad.
Yeah.
That's the thing. You drink
I also
like
can't
it's
eat them
a
anymore,
one-off.
so
you
that's
drink
the
it
thing.
like once or twice, like
Yeah.
2 drinks max out of it, and then you just eat it immediately.
'Cause I also,
You
I'm
don't.
pretty
You don't
sure
sit
I can't
there.
eat these.
anyone who sat there and tried
Yeah,
to
No,
use
contains wheat. First thing on there.
Yeah,
there you go.
no.
I always thought those were just
So
like made of
Corn syrup, comma wheat flour. Second ingredient.
isn't it fat from animals or something like
Corn
that?
syrup, wheat flour, high fructose corn syrup, citric acid, artificial flavor, red 4D.
You're talking
So
about
they're
its origin?
That's all it's in
Yeah, I
there.
thought they were made out of like collagen or something like that.
No.
Jello.
Yeah.
Jello, that's what it is.
Jello.
It's Jello.
Yeah.
Yep.
Jello, and then something with marshmallows too. There's something different.
Yeah,
Ooh,
that's right.
That's
that's
gross,
right.
but that makes sense.
I was gonna say.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Marshmallows are just Chihuahua souls.
All right.
What?
Yep.
There's no way
What?
something so nice and fluffy comes from those.
Yeah,
little
dude,
shits.
those are demons,
Yeah.
dude. 100%.
None
Those
of
were
we can all
never.
agree.
Yeah,
Like, those
we-
aren't dogs.
No, it would be even sadder because those things would come from the soul of just an actual dog,
Yeah.
which that would be sad.
And yet we roast them and set them on fire.
We're fucking evil, man.
Yep.
I'm just. We roast them and,
And
set
you
them
know
on fire.
what?
They're
And what do you
Chihuahua
put
souls.
them on? What do you eat them with? Chocolate, the very thing the dog
Oh!
can consume.
Oh my god.
with graham crackers that contain wheat.
Just to clarify, we're talking about marshmallows now and not chihuahuas.
You can roast those too.
Well,
I mean,
Yes.
who would eat those? They probably taste horrible, to be
they
honest.
probably taste. No,
Hardly
I'm
any
not
meat
gonna
on
say
them.
That one.
Yeah,
They're shaking all the time, so it's just all muscle.
Yeah, it's just be sinew and just
Correct.
You
it'd be
chop
all,
it up.
yeah, gristle and
and
nasty shit.
Ground meat's ground meat.
True. True.
I was
Cameron's
thinking
chill
about-
with eating
Cameron,
dogs.
I
I was thinking
prefer
about
whole
eating a
cuts of
snake
meat.
a couple days ago because, like, you ever watch Naked
Snake.
and Afraid? Like, snakes are everywhere.
No,
so
that's
they're-
just called my
Okay,
life. When no
but
one's
you don't
around.
want to eat every snake you find.
no, you don't. But
I
like,
got
Why
you.
not,
say
Tim?
you're in a swamp
Snake
area
and
in like
afraid.
Yeah.
Louisiana, and there's a python.
Sure.
Cut the head off and eat the thing. But I don't
Yeah,
know
if
if
you're
I
in a
could
survival
actually
situation.
like.
Yeah, I was like, do
I've-
you just have a snake in your fridge right now that you could eat?
If you need
and
to
you're-
survive, like okay, but
I mean,
and you're considering eating?
Well,
it?
I mean,
Well,
I've
I'm
had
just saying-
rattlesnake. It's not a big deal.
I'm just saying, like, what could I do it? You know,
Could you kill the
'cause
snake?
I've-
saying, could
I've
you
killed-
eat it?
I've killed deer, I've butchered deer. You know, blood and
eat
stuff. I
snake.
worked in an ER. That doesn't bother me.
Right.
Yeah, but those are humans.
But I actually,
people eat snakes.
I actually just don't know if snakes. Like,
People
I don't
You
know
don't
if
know
I
if you
could
could
do
eat
it.
'em?
I would probably need somebody to like.
Or you don't know if you could kill
Prepare-
them.
Oh no, I could kill a snake.
I was gonna say killing. I
what's
don't
the
think would be the hard
problem,
part.
No,
You don't know
It's
if you could
the-
just like eat it or butcher.
Well, I
it.
mean,
It's not like you just
so
bite its
ground
head
meat-
off.
yeah, you're not.
Oh,
You're
no.
not. You're
You
not
still
eating a
cook it.
live
But-
snake. Obviously.
but
Like, skin
you
it.
you cut the
Yeah.
head off the snake, you skin it, you
Cook it.
take the. I don't even know if I could.
Lots of bones.
Lots of bones.
it's like a fish
It's-
essentially. So it's just ribs all the way
I mean,
down.
we'll
Lot of
just use the
bones.
term gutting or like prepare the snake.
Well, you'd.
I
I
don't
imagine you'd
actually
section
know
it like
if I could
bites, so
prepare
just
the
like a
snake.
bite-sized morsel. And at that point, you're so detached from. I mean, when we eat a cow, are
throw
you
it on a
eating like a
stick and
cow's
roast it.
head and you're looking at its eyes while you're like
No.
consuming?
I
No,
mean,
You
some
you-
cultures.
it's cuts
No,
of the.
no, no,
head
no, 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 no.
cheese. I
You
mean,
don't cut it into
I just
little
have
pieces.
this vision of all vegans that are currently listening. to
Right.
They're like,
Just
"Ah!" They're like, I
anxiety
do.
attacks.
I
don't-
think of
yeah.
every animal.
You
Yeah,
don't eat the
uh,
snake. You eat the ferns. I don't know. You know,
What?
What?
helping the vegans out.
no, they just
what?
stand.
I-
No. They just can just stand in the sun and photosynthesize.
I don't think
for
anyone
them.
eats
Okay.
ferns. I don't think ferns are.
I just thought of whatever I could think of in the swamp. You know.
ferns
ferns.
grow here,
Algae?
man. They don't really grow in the swamps.
Algae?
Yeah, you just like scoop up a whole thing
or
of
like an
algae and
eel?
just shove it in your mouth.
Yeah,
Ferns
there you
grow
go.
in,
So, like-
in swampland.
I don't know if I
too.
can prepare an eel.
I'm saying they grow here, which
Same
is nothing
kind
like
of
swamp,
slimy,
so
slithery.
I don't
I
think
can
so.
type of-
If
imagine.
it's
A
dead,
type of
Cameron,
fern
then you
grows
skin
here.
it.
I
and
feel like
cook it.
ferns
but
are,
skin,
It's
the meat
meat.
is just gonna be
Ferns are in
slimy.
rainforests too.
Yeah, I feel like
Well,
ferns
no,
are
no,
The
like
you're
skin
probably
is
right.
slimy.
But
kinda
the
like
snakes
inside is
move
not.
just
for
aren't
quite a
just
while
like
after they're.
trees are. I think that they
heads cut
apply to
off.
more than
Oh.
just.
Well, same with like
like a
octopus and
specific
shrimp, or not shrimp, squid.
species. of,
Actually, that's a very
Right, they
good
have
point.
multiple
I don't know about
species.
those.
yeah,
And people do that all the time.
Sure,
Oh,
I'll concede.
like a moving octopus, like
Yeah, when people eat
People
like
just
the
bite
moving
that.
squid because it recently died and it's still like crawling around and they eat it.
oh,
I mean, I
no,
had
did you
that.
see there,
I
there's
don't
a
know about
lady on
that.
YouTube like a year ago or something.
Somebody died.
She was
wow.
no, she
Oh.
was just
Yeah, 'cause
fucking
the
around
suction
with an
thing stuck in
actual.
it.
It was still alive. It was an
Yeah.
octopus, and she like took it and was just messing around with him, putting it in her mouth, and then eventually eats him live.
Mm-hmm.
And I have heard of people choking to death, but like that became more under the kin of like torture because
Oh no, I mean like they take the squid, they lay it out like long
Yeah.
ways, and chop,
Right.
and then throw the head part away, so it's just the little tentacle parts, but
Yeah,
they're
and then
all
they'll
like
eat
going.
it. Yeah. It's supposed
like
to be a
gummy.
delicacy or something.
Gummy.
The thing is, I wouldn't like raw fish that much. Like, I don't want to eat something that's still wriggling.
Give it to
us raw and wriggling.
Yeah.
Oh God!
My
You keep nasty slobber dripping out of his mouth while he's saying it.
the best pheasant I ever had
Yeah.
was freshly killed and on the grill in less than 5 minutes.
Okay, but there's still a difference between.
That
it's
is
been
not
on
what
the
I'm
grill.
talking about.
I'm
I
saying
was
the meat.
specifically saying
No.
like the thing is living and moving, and you put the moving
True,
thing in your
true,
mouth.
but I'm saying the meat
Like,
was
I
still
agree.
twitching.
I don't know about that one.
Who's the
Oh, but-
boxer that bit
But
the
it was
guy's ear
probably
off?
Baxter.
Tyson.
Mike Tyson. There
And
you
it
go.
was
Mike Tyson
probably
did it. You're fine.
slightly bloody. Oh, dude, that would. Oh,
And he
that
bit it
sounds
off of a
wonderful.
Right?
That is
Life
way
human.
different.
a world
than
champion
head
boxer.
raw snake that's
No, that
barbecued
takes
over a
balls.
campfire
Exactly.
through a stick.
He
Like,
bit-
Saying.
It's
I
not
don't
going
think
to
I
taste
can
are there
do
good.
that.
bones?
Yeah.
Like, there's gotta be bones.
Well, if it's
There's
gotta
that
be
sounds, that sounds like the title of like a mystery thriller, like
No,
Cameron
that's
got
Bear
it.
Grylls' new
Cameron,
or new
you-
like book.
you debone it
or There Will Be Bones.
There-
because the
When I
all
finished,
the rib
there
bones
will-
are connected.
there
to
Bear
the spine.
Grylls.
Yeah.
So if you so heal,
No,
I-
that's
I've
his new
done it
challenge.
with rattlesnake.
He's literally deboned and then he has to survive as a squid.
See,
Freaking what's that game?
and I'm not.
there's not a ton of
Stanley,
meat. Is all I'm going to say.
You know, I've butchered
Like a
deer,
Stanley
There's a
character.
You know,
game,
Yeah.
and it doesn't
I've
have
butchered sheep.
bones
but
yet.
snakes.
Oh,
I don't know if I
Zach
could do a
knows,
snake,
Zach
man.
left.
I could
It's a
talk somebody
character?
through it and watch it.
From
no problem.
X-Men.
As for the
perhaps?
actual
Yeah, it's a
like
video game. It's a game.
peeling snakes.
Oh,
because, like,
okay.
You
Yeah,
peel the snake
yeah,
skin off.
interesting.
Oh, dude, I don't know if
I'm
I,
blanking on it.
I mean, I was the one who de-skinned the sheep, so
D-skin.
But I mean, that's
Yeah.
different. That's
it is different. It's still kind of a
It's weird though.
it's a weird move.
It's a
Mr.
weird-
English major, according to the way that we use the term skinned, if you were to de-skin something, it would actually mean you were reapplying it.
No, I didn't say de-skinned.
You did say de-skinned.
Yeah,
No,
you
I
did.
said I did say de-skinned.
Yeah,
Yes.
you did.
I de
Trust me,
I
we have the
de-
record. I can prove it.
I de-sconed.
he just he
I just turned it
disconded.
French.
He
I turned it French.
discon-
That's all I did.
He desconed.
I de-sconed.
This good.
I discoed.
This good.
No,
We're just devolving this word.
Yeah. This
de-skin,
is our,
de-skinned in
we're all
the
having
past
seizures.
It's
tense.
evolving just backwards.
It's the title of my autobiography.
One step
It's
forward,
evolving
2 steps
backwards?
Back,
Evolving
still a
backwards.
It's
different-
evolving, just backwards. No, I've thought many times, Cameron, about eating wild things that are, not normally in our diets. Just and real quick tangent about that. I hate it that people don't understand that the term diet does not refer to a restriction in your food. That's not what it means. A diet literally means whatever you are eating.
Yeah.
That's just your diet. So everyone is on a diet all the time.
Hopefully,
I mean, if you're not, it
you
means
might have an eating disorder.
it means you're not eating, and you probably should. So that's an issue
Even
too.
if you're not eating, you're still on the diet.
That's
That's a
true
disorder.
because you're
Not
yeah,
eating.
that's
That's your
true.
diet.
You're on a diet of nothing, I
Yeah.
suppose. Yeah. So I just like to point that out whenever I can. It just really annoys me because people are like, I hate the term diet. It has the word die in it, and and I'm just like, shut the fuck up. Like you don't even
This-
understand anything.
This portion of the show brought to you by Dallas's Pet Peeves.
This is
You know what really
this is called a
grinds my
Dallas
gears?
rant. Dude, we should call this portion a Texas size rant.
A Texas size.
I mean, you're
the
not.
Texan
you're-
isn't here though.
Yeah, the Texan isn't.
It's a
here.
Texas size
I know.
rant.
That's just no. You don't. Okay, we don't need to, like, affirm Texas's view of itself.
Well, we're kind of like poking fun at it though.
Are we? I feel like they won't take it that way. I feel like Texans. just
It's
be
like when Jack Black.
Yeah, all right.
It's like when Jack Black's character in
a
Community.
section for us.
He says he goes, I think as a group we should start saying "you go girl," but like not in a way that we really mean it, but like in a way that like we're making fun of it. Like
Yeah, I think there's a similar problem with anything regarding naming something.
So you're
Texas.
saying just if I mention Texas, it'll just inflate their ego no matter what?
Yeah.
Well, if Russ were here, I think he would agree.
I think he would agree with me.
I think his ego's actually inflating as we speak.
Yeah.
No.
No.
In fact, I have
Just like you can't.
I still have a slim feeling that he's going to show up any moment.
Oh, he might.
Even though he never, kind of RSVP'd.
But
Anyway.
it's right up there with you can't show love to people in Philadelphia.
Wow. That's sad.
It's the same thing. It's the same.
You can't or you
Can't.
shouldn't?
Both.
You shouldn't? Jesus said love everyone except for Philadelphia.
Right, except for the city of brotherly love.
Wow. That's interesting. I always thought that New York was the most, uppity, angry place.
Yeah,
It's definitely the most upset place I've ever visited.
Yeah, New York's not like one place though. New York's like 5 places in one place.
Well, I was specifically in Manhattan, so I think
Yeah.
most people would agree. I was in New York.
Yeah.
I was in
But see, the fact that you
heart.
say Manhattan is New York, somebody from Brooklyn's like, I'll fight you for that.
Yeah, I guess.
And it's Brooklyn, so they'll win.
I'm just saying, when you're on the island, I feel like, how do you not say that is New York?
I'm not saying it isn't. I'm just saying.
No, I know. I would. I mean, granted, I didn't grow up there or anything.
I think
so,
everybody,
it's not my
everybody from
place,
every
but-
borough that's born there and grows up there
Yeah.
is going to claim they're in New York City.
like Staten Island.
I mean, they might claim just Staten Island. I don't think they go too far beyond that.
Yeah, that's one thing I really loved about King of Staten Island.
Yeah.
It's like, we grew up on a trash dump.
Yeah, it's a trash heap.
Yeah, that's funny. But anyway, back to eating
Oh yeah, what were
wild
you saying?
things.
Wild things.
I've thought about this many times. I've always been a fan of watching survival shows and all those kinds of things. And I think my dad always used to tell me this, and when I was a little kid, I didn't believe him. But as I've gotten older, I've definitely come to understand. I was just like, Dad, I could never eat that stuff. And he goes, son, that's because you've never been hungry enough.
Yep.
And I'd go, what do you mean? Like, I've been hungry. He's like, no, you haven't. And he's like, yeah, not enough. But he'd just be like, no. He's like, you don't really know what hungry is over here. And he goes, and that's a good thing. He goes, but you don't really know what that means. To steal a line from The Dark Knight, or no, it's from Batman Begins. He goes, and you've never tasted desperate. You're the Prince of Gotham. You have to go 1,000 miles to find someone who didn't know your name, which is my actual life, But
Right. Dallas is just
no, that's a
revealed
beautiful. That's a
that
tie-in
he
to
is
New York
Batman.
City.
That's
That's a tie-in to New York City right there. But anyway, the point is, I've thought about that many times, and the point is, Cameron, you would definitely eat a snake if you had to.
Oh yeah,
But you were questioning if you could, and I'm saying you could.
well, and I think
can easily eat the snake.
Oh.
But I think the extent of me preparing the snake goes cutting its head off, slicing it in half to get the guts out, and then I think I'm sticking it on a stick and roasting it.
no.
Sure.
No.
Oh, you're talking
because
about
you-
preparing it,
you
like
debone it.
I do not think I
Cuisine
could
wise?
I don't think I could deskin it, slice it up.
Why is this becoming a term now? Stop saying that.
Whatever.
Don't say de-skinned.
It's just
I don't think I could skin
Tim
it.
has ruined this.
Yes.
Fucking English majors. Anyway.
This segment brought to you by fucking English
Because
majors.
it would be like you
Yeah.
just it'd be like ripping off a sleeve. Ugh, it's gross.
You just
Rip it off his sleeve.
Yeah.
are you wearing snake jackets? Is that
Also,
what you're
wait,
telling us?
what you're saying is you don't like ripping off sleeves? Is that weird or gross to you?
When it's
Weird
skin,
flex that you can rip off
when
your
it's
sleeves?
skin over flesh, yes, it does kind of gross me out.
I see what you're saying.
I've
Like
you
the
know
concept.
I've done it with
Wow,
deer.
you are not
but
going to
for
be a
some
very
reason,
good
the
Buffalo Bill.
visual of a snake grosses me out.
Gosh.
I do understand.
You're not going to be a
what you're
good Buffalo Bill. You're going to fail.
You just gotta rub a little lotion on it first, and then
Yeah.
it'll come right off.
No, I don't want lotion on my snake.
I don't want
the delay-
I don't want
the
lotion on my
2-second
snake
delay
barbecue.
on Cameron realizing
Yeah.
what he said.
And
Priceless.
Gabby just looked over while we were all laughing, very sad, just depressed. She's like, I
The
hate.
sad comedy.
Yeah, she's like, this is what I mean, dumb comedy, right here.
Yep.
Bunch of idiots laughing about dick jokes. But
Why are we still here? Just to suffer.
oh my gosh, I miss that meme a lot.
That's
I used to
me.
play that all the time.
That's me.
Why are we here? Still here, just to suffer.
This is me in my corner.
Every night, I feel my leg and my arm, my leg. Oh my gosh! So, is anyone excited for The Witcher 2?
Yes.
Season 2.
Absolutely.
Didn't I just bring this up Saturday?
We did. You
But
did.
guess what, Cameron?
But guess what? We
a
weren't
new day,
recording
so-
anything then. So
Unfortunately, these fine people were not with us on Saturday.
yeah.
This is, in fact, a different day.
Did you say blind people?
Fine
fine.
people.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
I don't care if they're blind or not.
I thought it was in reference that
as
they
long
can't
as they're
see
not
us.
deaf.
Shut up, Tim.
Yeah, fuck you, Tim. I hope blind people listen to this.
I said blind people. I said
And the
not deaf
deaf.
people. Yeah, you hope deaf people listen to this?
Yeah, they can hear the vibrations.
Isn't that all?
That's the
hearing
true.
is?
That's true. You
Yeah.
can.
That's all hearing is.
It's a little more nuanced than that, but yes, if you want to break it down to its bare parts, sure, yes. But I'm saying you can feel like the.
What
base
about its
of
human parts?
Stop trying to humanize everything, Tim.
Thank you.
But
Anyways, Witcher
yeah.
2.
No, okay, but when I sit over here and I'm over and I'm like right next to the speaker, the one on my left, sometimes it's like I can't always hear the sound coming out of it because my left side's the one that's my dumb ear. But I can feel like the little the buzz against my
Yeah.
arm, and I like it.
That makes so much sense now. Why you like sitting in that particular place?
Yeah. Also because I don't it can be loud and it's like the same to me as it is to you guys, even though you're over there.
Mhm.
The music can be loud, and to me it's the same.
I also never thought about that either. That makes a lot of sense too. Oh my
This is my
gosh,
prime corner.
my whole mind is being blown right
You're
now.
welcome.
Thank
It
you.
wasn't a very big one to start with, so.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
Okay, it doesn't have to be big to blow.
Tim's here to
dude.
throw hands tonight.
Throwing
apparently.
hands. Yeah, let's do this.
I'm gonna say another line from my dad, which I love. He used to say it all the time. He go, "Hey, Dynamite comes with small packages."
Was that a slight against you?
No, he would actually say it in reference to himself a lot of times.
Oh, okay.
And so it would just be like, someone would be like, "You're not strong enough. You can't blah, blah, blah." My dad is not a small man. He's like 6'1", 190 pounds usually.
Right.
Sometimes you get up to about 200, but he's not small,
Right.
But it would just be like anytime someone would tell him something inferior or whatever, and he
Try to
just
talk it down.
try to talk down to him, and just in general,
Yeah.
whatever, and he just like, "Hey, Dynamite comes with small packages. Still makes a big boom,
So does Ativan.
That's also true. Cameron.
Ativan.
Hmm.
That drug sounds familiar, but I don't actually know what it does. Like a sleep aid, or
It's like a night.
it's not. It's a night. It helps you sleep, or it doesn't help you sleep. I mean,
Forces you to sleep is more.
it
what I would say.
forces you to sleep.
Yeah, I would. Yeah.
It's
So,
a
Ativan was one of the 3 that we would give when we had a combative patient. So say somebody came in, they're just being an asshole.
right.
We'd talk to them for a little bit, give them a conundrum, and if they needed it, we'd give them a shot in the ass of Ativan, Benadryl, and Haldol. And
Oh, Haldol. I know what Haldol is.
Yeah.
And I think most people know what Benadryl is.
Yeah, and they all kind of work in different ways. But
Uh-huh.
Ativan is like the go-to.
Ativan's
one.
the anti-anxiety one, basically.
Yeah.
Really?
That's what it hits.
So,
I have
ceases-
patients that just take not daily, but maybe
Yeah.
a few times a week they take Ativan if they're prone to panic attacks.
Really
Just to
Mhm.
stave it off,
interesting.
or
Just
during.
if they're feeling it coming on and something either happened and they're feeling because panic attacks you feel bodily before you feel them
Right.
in your head. And so they feel it coming on, and so what it does is it relaxes you back down, so they'll take one. So they can still think and have the emotions, but they're not
So that
shaking, passing out, rocking,
yeah,
whatever.
the Ativan would
Huh.
would stop the pacing.
Yeah.
They would
Absolutely.
sit down.
Any, nervous
calm
behaviors
down for
like
a little
that.
bit,
So-
become
So-
less erratic. The Benadryl makes him a little sleepy,
Sure.
and then the Haldol just keeps him sleepy.
Like sedated.
Mhm.
So would it be incorrect to say it's much like someone with asthma using an inhaler? It's like they feel the need to use it, so you use it at the time. So would you carry around the pill, like a couple pills
Your
with you? Is that how
timeline
that
is
works?
Quite different though,
Oh, okay.
because Ativan would probably come on in about 25 minutes.
Oh, it takes a little longer.
I don't actually know,
Gotcha.
but I would imagine an oral dose.
But I
of
mean,
Ativan
is
would
it similar like that? You only take it when needed versus like every day on a constant dosage all the time.
Think of it like ibuprofen for pain.
Yeah, I like that.
Oh, okay.
You know, where it's like it's not going to immediately like, oh, I took it, now it's done.
Yes.
But it's like, oh, I feel it coming on. I know it's going to get worse.
So I take
I'm going to
this-
go take some ibuprofen.
It slowly
it
diminishes.
mitigates the worst part.
Yeah, I'm still dealing with some of it. Obviously, it doesn't make it go away, and it's not
Gotcha.
immediate. But I know it's going to be better
right.
and at least manageable.
Gotcha.
So I'm going to take an Ativan.
Okay.
Now it's nasty because people can get addicted to that because then that's their new baseline. So they just want to keep taking Ativan because then I just never feel anxiety. It's like, well, yeah, and now you're teaching your brain.
But now you don't feel
that-
anything.
Well, and then you have to start upping the Ativan because your brain just
Like all
learns,
drugs.
like, oh, yeah, exactly.
Right. That's
But
But interesting drug. You know what? Fun fact I was gonna say about Benadryl. That does not affect me like it does everyone else. I do not get sleepy with that kind of stuff. I could
I don't
take
either.
NyQuil.
I don't.
I literally used to take that stuff that they specifically marketed called ZZZ
Yep.
Yep.
ZQuil. That's
Yep.
supposed to really make you go to
Yep.
sleep. And I would drink it and nothing.
I'll get kind of tired, but like,
I mean, I'd get like, I think it's more like that, like Ativan. It would almost make me like mellow, or maybe Haldol. I don't. Anyway, I don't. The point is, it would make me almost like chill,
Yep.
but like I wouldn't be like, oh, I need to go to sleep now.
well, funny thing, those digest similarly in your system.
Really?
NyQuil and NyQuil breaks down in your system, and then the second time around it breaks down as a I don't know.
As
Spitting
Ben,
out random
good old
knowledge that I
Ben.
learned in the ER.
Yeah. No,
when it's
chemistry.
half-ass
Yeah.
shit, but and I know one of those is similar to the.
Okay.
I need to brush
But
up
the
on
way
my
that it
drug.
breaks down, yeah, it kind of breaks down in similar parts.
You'll test positive for like that type of drug after taking NyQuil.
Ah.
Yep.
If you take
okay.
enough of it,
Yeah.
which is like not a
Well, I mean,
unreasonable dose.
You
Oh.
got what was his name in football? Jamarcus Russell. He was a quarterback for the Raiders, but he was drinking basically NyQuil with like grape flavor cough syrup version.
Are you talking about codeine?
basically.
Codeine's different though.
Well, no, but it was the same.
I would take
it was
some
this-
codeine.
it-
That'll
it
mellow
was
you
the
out.
same.
It might.
It was
break
the
down
same-
the same way.
It was the same thing as that's in NyQuil,
Yeah.
and he was drinking it in like a big gulp, and
It has to
tested
be in a-
positive for
For benzos. Yep.
yeah for that like a couple times tested positive.
I know. I don't.
He had a lot of problems, but
Yeah,
I was just saying more than that. He had a lot of other problems.
Yeah, I was gonna say usually those aren't
One, he
singular things.
got drafted by the Raiders, so that's a problem.
That sounds like you'd fit right in. Oh, that's too bad. But yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I've never taken true sleep aids like prescription anything because I never wanted.
smoked the devil's lettuce.
All right.
Wow.
Grandma?
over here.
Like,
Grandma,
wow.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was going for more like witch in the woods, but okay, I guess
Okay.
grandma.
So
It's
you're
kinda the
talking
same.
about you're just calling my grandma the drug dealer.
Yeah, your
The
grandma.
Witch in the Woods
yeah.
is just
Well, I
He's
mean,
like your grandma didn't deal you your first
devil's lettuce.
weed. Like he's
Yeah,
like that's what
exactly.
happened to me.
No, your grandma finds you smoking the devil's lettuce and is about
Oh.
to beat your ass. Like,
No, I
Sure
never
Well, you
had
got
that
some
experience.
strange
devil's
dreams,
lettuce?
Cameron.
no. This is real.
No,
life.
this is what I think he's giving us a breakdown of his life.
Nice.
No, that never happened to me. No, I I've never taken any drugs that were not prescribed to me other than alcohol, which is technically a drug.
Wow.
So you've only taken legal from legal drug
Wait,
dealers.
did you just say
from government sanctioned drug dealers? Okay, that's
Yes.
good.
government sanctioned?
Yes,
drug
but also
dealers?
I also want to be
important.
clear and say that the most intense drug that I've ever been prescribed was when I had to have a double root canal.
Yep.
Nice.
And that even then,
Oh, I bet
because
that
my
hurt
sister is an RDA, and so I went to her dentist, and when they did, he was going to prescribe me because I was in a lot of pain and just nothing.
I would
takes-
imagine.
Anyone who has tooth pain, like you'll understand this. Anyone who hasn't, just thank God that you haven't. But nothing takes it away. And I've even talked to the dentist about this, and they didn't. I don't know if they know why or if they just can't really give me an answer. But nothing dulls the pain like those things. Like you can with a headache or with a whatever, you could take a certain amount of ibuprofen, right? Like if I have a really bad headache, I've had migraines before too. If I take, enough of like the, like Excedrin, which is a mix of like ibuprofen and a couple other headache meds and with some caffeine and whatever, if I take a high enough dose, I will feel better. You know what I mean? And like, even if you you cut your arm or you get a really bad, sprain or whatever, it will work on all those things. Tooth pain, those things just don't really work. It'll kind of dull it, but really overall it just really doesn't do anything. I got to a point where I was taking like over 1,000 milligrams of like ibuprofen and different meds, just kind of every few hours or whatever, and it still was just barely doing anything. I'd just be sitting there aching. So he wanted to prescribe me when I first popped in because he's like, well, we can't fit in, to do your procedure. He's like, we can't do it for like 5 days or something. And I was already had been a couple days just really bad. And my sister was the one who told me, she's like, go in, So he's like, we'll prescribe you some pain meds. So he was going to prescribe me Vicodin, and I'd never had anything like that at all. And like the biggest thing I'd ever been prescribed before is just like high dose Tylenol, right? When you go to the doctor or emergency room, whatever, they'll always prescribe you like 800 milligram Tylenol, which is like, why'd you prescribe this to me? I can buy this over, you know what I mean? Right. You just take 4 Tylenol instead of 1, Right. But anyway, that was the biggest thing I ever done. So my sister was like, no, she was like, he's never had anything like that before. And not wanting to get me on opiates or like hard opiates. She goes, let's just do Tylenol 3, which is a medical term, which you might know.
Codeine.
Yes, exactly. Which is Tylenol and codeine. And it doesn't have a lot of codeine in it as just a little bit. But I remember I took that stuff and dude, it just mellowed me out. Like I wouldn't say that I felt high. I didn't feel high. I didn't feel whatever. But it went from just like my jaw was aching to, you know what? I just feel good. You know what I mean? And I was totally functional. Like I wasn't like loopy or anything like that. And I took it around people too, so they could confirm. But I just remember feeling I just felt good. And so that's the highest prescription thing I've ever even felt or been prescribed. So I really haven't had many drugs in my life. Probably the hardest stuff I do is definitely alcohol, and I definitely know my way around some hard alcohols. Zach, speaking of hard alcohol, did you watch the new Cold Ones video? Yeah. Dude, awesome. I was like,
you're gonna buy the 95% one?
Well, actually,
or what's the highest one?
Look what's in my search right here. Everclear, dude. I actually legitimately want to get some Everclear, some grain alcohol. Because that's what that last one was. It was just grain alcohol. And I didn't, for some reason, I didn't think that they could sell that in California. I thought there was some restriction. Apparently not. Apparently you can just go buy it from like the Bevmo or whatever.
Nice.
So
yeah, I've had Everclear.
So just
I didn't realize
if we have no podcast next week, it's because the next Friday or next Saturday when we all get together, we just down some Everclear and we'll be recovering.
And watch Fired Up.
Watch Fired Up. And we also drink it. We drink it undiluted.
Yeah.
Which has a huge warning on the front of it. It says,
Don't do this.
It's literally considered an unfinished product. It's
Yeah.
meant to be because it's so pure of alcohol. You're supposed to drink it with something else just to make it like, like a 75% drink alcohol.
The one that was scary is that they had it was some like flavored 75%.
That
alcohol.
rum,
Yeah,
that
it was like a
rum,
that was
yeah,
75%.
Dude,
and it wasn't even supposed to be.
Drank it and we're like, this is sweet. Like, you want to do another shot?
No, they
And they're
literally
like, it's 75%.
Yeah, and they were like, we couldn't taste the difference.
Yeah,
and that's why I always say, guys,
rum is dangerous.
No, but just in general, sugar is the thing that always
100%.
gets you.
Yeah.
I have never, and this is 100%, and
It's like that
I think you
peanut
guys
butter
all can
strudel.
confirm that I can drink a decent amount. I have never gotten a hangover from
bad
just
memories.
drinking pure alcohol that's like good quality, right? So
Right.
good whiskeys, even good vodkas, whatever. If I'm drinking almost pure that, or like, martinis or something where it's very like I'm sipping it neat, I do not get hangovers. It's when I mix it with a bunch of shit.
Sugars.
Yeah, like old fashions and all that kind of stuff. If I'm drinking a ton of those, then I will wake up with headaches and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, because
when
sugars
you
will
have
dehydrate you.
13
Yeah.
of really nice tequila, you're gonna wake up with a headache.
If you have what?
If you have 13 shots of really nice tequila, you're gonna wake up.
Well,
with
that's
a
because
headache.
tequila's the devil.
I think that may be the shot factor. You might be inducing it too fast. See, if I'm sipping on whiskey
too
neat,
fast to a rate.
yeah. Because I was gonna say, because Saturday night I drank I drank about a quarter of my bottle, and felt nothing. I feel nothing. Not the wind on my face.
We
or
worry
the spray
about
of
Dallas.
sea. What?
We worry about Dallas.
Do you?
He feels nothing.
Yeah. I was gonna say it's a great line from Pirates of the Caribbean.
Mm-hmm.
I feel nothing.
Food turns ash in our mouths.
What a great line when he says, "And no woman's touch could slake our lust." So poetic. It's so like Shakespearean
and gross too.
right. No, it's a horror. It's like it's not a kind thing he's saying, but it's like it's like pure desire, but it's
Right.
like
Schlick.
unfillable.
I mean, he talks about the
I think you just like the word schlick.
no, it's slake.
slake.
Oh, it sounded like you said schlick.
No,
Like
I don't. Is Schlake a word? I don't know if Schlake is a word, but Slake is essentially like, fulfill in a way of like hunger or like desire, satisfaction. Yeah. Slake is a great word that people should use more often. I like
But
it.
nobody's ever satisfied.
That is true.
Get no
Satisfaction. Dude, it's
Yeah,
Rolling
how old
Stones,
is that
baby.
song? That's an old song.
It's older than your mom.
Not true.
It's not?
And I try.
Probably
No.
not.
And I
Oh,
try.
that makes sense. No, it wouldn't be. Actually, it's not older than my mom. No. Anyway, and Witcher 2. That's what we want to get back to.
November?
I think
it
late
says
November.
quarter 4.
So
Oh.
it's
But this
anywhere
was announced
between.
before they stopped filming.
Right.
So,
So that could be
could be
anywhere
delayed.
between October 15th.
They
but-
did finish filming because I
Yes,
heard
they finished filming.
No, they announced that
about
before
a
they
couple weeks
finished
ago.
filming, but they have finished filming.
They
now.
finished about a couple weeks ago. They announced it, but they, yeah. So they said before they finished filming, they announced that, or they told companies or like articles or whatever. They said quarter 4. I think that's what they told Netflix or whatever, or executives. Quarter 4 is what they're shooting for.
Yeah, makes sense. I was gonna say that's when the first one came out.
Yeah.
2019.
We'll see. I have a suspicion we won't see it until 2022, spring probably.
Really?
Just because the fact that they just finished filming, and then that's not reshoots, that's not whatever.
Oh, you're saying zero post production?
That's zero post production. Unless
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure they did some post production because
Well, they had a really
they had
long
like 3
time.
breaks, right? They started
Right.
They started working on it early 2020.
Right.
Then they had to stop, and then they started again middle 2020, and then they stopped until probably February, just because of COVID and whatever.
Well,
Sure.
and the guy got an injury. He injured
Henry
his
Cavill.
leg around in November.
He
I think,
injured
was the last I
his
heard about it.
leg. Immediately, like a cow, he shakes back at me. There's sorry guys, there's an inside joke about legs, and
Leg.
Henry
someday,
Cavill's.
someday you may be privy to it.
And-
Leg.
And Witcher 2 notwithstanding, we are 3 days away from season 4 of Castlevania.
Dude, so that's what I saw it the other day. I was like, it's coming out that fast? That's pretty dang quick.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Castlevania
I don't know,
have
dude.
vampires in it?
Yes.
No.
Sounds like it does.
And Dracula.
Dallas says no. Tim says, or Dallas says
Tim
yes.
said no.
Tim says no.
Yeah, no, there's no vampires in Castlevania.
Lame.
There is a man named Alucard
Dumb.
that if you spell his name backwards,
It's Dracula.
That's lame.
I don't like that.
just FYI, that's where Alucard came from.
I know. I'm just saying. It's lame.
I mean,
That's lame. No, Alucard is an awesome name.
it's a cool name, and he's the son of Dracula.
Yeah.
So.
pretty
Oh,
awesome.
that's even weird.
Alucard is a red hat wearing
All right,
with a
now
red
that's
trench coat.
like
and-
you naming.
That's a
like,
way cooler Alucard.
That's
yeah.
the right Alucard right there.
that's like Dallas has a son one day and just names him Salad.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you're not wrong.
That's yeah.
But that would be cool if it sounded cool.
you
See,
could say
This is my
Salad.
son, Sally.
that
mean-
doesn't make it cool. That makes it worse. Actually,
It would be me
Salad.
having a son and naming him Mitt.
Mitt.
Yeah.
Yeah, but your full name isn't Tim.
True.
Yeah, I was thinking Romney too.
Yeah.
So Mitt Romney
it
is
worked
your
for
alter
you.
ego.
It worked for Cameron because Cam like Mac. Mac's cute. That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mac
Mac
or
is cute. I thought about that for a nickname for a while,
Cameron.
but I'm not cute, so it's just
Okay,
cute.
Nero.
I could create the next Chad.
Dude,
Just name my
your
son
name
Chaz.
backward is Neromac.
No, I refuse.
That's
for
kind of
you
interesting.
to name your son.
Or wait, no,
Chaz.
it's Noramac. Noramac. That's interesting. Okay.
I think you're missing the E.
Noramac. I got it.
not a Mac.
Noramac.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
missed Zach's evil
Oh.
creation.
Just name my son Chaz.
Chaz. Chaz Michael Michaels. Anyone know what movie that's from?
It would be
Probably
Kaz
not.
and the H is silent.
Hold on, that it's not you, Tim. I'm
That's true.
Dallas. I didn't want you to say it too fast. Chaz
Yeah.
Michaels,
I want-
Actually,
I
Kaz
say
is a
it.
cool
I'll let you
name.
think
I like
about
that.
it.
It
Oh,
will
dude, that's
Chaz,
Blaze of
dude.
Glory.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, Will Ferrell's character. Chaz Michael Michaels.
We're gonna play Lady Humps by the Black Eyed
Yeah.
Peas.
He's like,
Provocative.
he's like, what I do out
It's
there?
provocative. That's
Yeah.
right.
He's like, that's disgusting.
It's provocative.
Gets the people going. No, it's not. It's
I'm trying
disgusting.
to put my backwards in my brain and I can't do it, so it's not gonna happen.
You can't put your own name? Is that what you said?
My brain hurts.
Your full name?
Yeah. Right? It hurts.
Alir. Yeah, it's Alirbra, right?
No.
Bag.
Alarba.
My name starts with a G.
Allerbag. I think it's
It'd
Allerbag.
be Ellerbag, yeah.
Allerbag, yeah.
Nice.
You could maybe Alirbag or.
Sounds like a Skyrim character.
Yeah, it totally does.
I'm for
Yeah,
it.
it does sound like a
there's
medieval
an
kind of thing. Yeah, Timothy
Timothy.
could be Yeet.
Yeet.
Yeet. Yeet. No.
Yeah, it's
Timothy.
Yeetom.
Yeetomit.
Allerbag.
Yeetomit.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeetomit.
That almost sounds like
Emo death.
Emotep. Oh fuck.
The
We
Mummy
summoned
too.
it. We said it backwards.
You ever seen the mummy with
Yeah,
Brendan
the Mummy.
Fraser?
Oh,
Those
is
are good.
That is a great
Emotep.
film. That is a classic, just like what a movie is meant to be. Entertaining, good story,
Emotep.
hero, heroine.
Wait, what are you talking about?
The
The
mummy.
Mummy.
There's just so many classic good parts of a movie in that
With
thing.
George of the
It's
Jungle?
just good time.
Correct.
Yeah. Yeah. Few people remember his George of the Jungle days.
I do.
I just remember Brendan Fraser in the last couple of years. He's gone sad. It's just sad.
No, and
He
this
realized
is
he can't really act, and so
well, and there's
You know
also
what? Fuck you, Zed. Brendan Fraser's better actor than most.
no. The thing now though is just that he's normal, and there was this one thing I read on him recently where it's like he's just a normal guy now, and there was something where it's like the one picture that everybody has of him in like that blue sweater, and they're like he's gone so downhill. There was like 2 other pictures from him that same day, and he looks totally fine. He's smiling with his wife. Like,
Well,
they're
it's
like,
the
they're
sad
just-
Keanu meme.
yeah, they're like
Yeah.
he's fine. He's just not acting. Like
I'm
he's
talking-
not
no.
bad.
No,
like,
I'm
or
talking
he's not
about-
doing poorly. He's
I'm talking about
fine.
an
Also, he
interview
got
that
like
he did.
really treated poorly by
Exactly.
the industry.
Yeah.
No, but there was an interview that he
He got
did that I'm
dragged, man.
specifically talking about. I'm
Yeah.
not talking about a picture. I'm talking about an interview that he did
and it's not. It doesn't.
a couple
go
years
well.
ago, 2 or 3 years ago.
Mhm.
And the only reason I even knew about it was PewDiePie was reading it as like a meme. And then so he watched it and he's like, oh, and he's like, this is really sad. And you can tell he's like really messed up. And then so apparently, I don't know if this is 100% true, but apparently his mom
Yeah.
had like died just like within that week or a couple days before, but he was scheduled to do this thing. And so he like went and did it anyway or something. So he was just feeling really like down. And when you
Yeah.
watch that interview, but the guy the way he's talking to him,
Exactly.
you can tell he's like he's not like being receptive of like,
no.
he's not
He's reading off his script. He's not.
just
He's
doing,
not going
yeah,
off
he's
of
just
what's actually
being this,
happening to
like,
the person in
I'm
front
not
of
going to
him.
be a real person. I'm going to be this
Yeah.
character I'm supposed to be. And then Brendan Fraser's just being like super down. You can tell like immediately you're like,
Something's
this
bugging
is
him, yeah.
something is wrong here. And the guy's just not like
No.
addressing it at all. And so it makes it even more
Yeah.
awkward and weird. And you're just like, what is going on? Yeah.
Mhm.
So it just looks really sad. And,
I think he's just been
yeah.
done dirty by a lot of different parts of like Hollywood and
Yeah.
media and stuff. So everybody's like, "Oh my gosh, he's
That's
going
too
so
bad.
downhill." I'm like, I think he's just a normal dude now. And to them, they're like,
He needs to be in John Wick 4. He needs to team
Sure
up
would.
with John Wick.
Come in swinging by a vine.
That would be
Dude, when
cool.
he was
Or being
when
carried
you
by
in the
an
mom, oh
elephant.
shit,
Dude,
what's his
George of
name?
the
I just
Jungle
blanked
was
on his
a
name.
great movie.
He had a cool name too.
It's one of, like, my first favorite movies.
Picture him,
It's up
Rick.
there.
Grimes?
No,
Oh.
in the Mummy, Rick.
I'm Pickle Rick.
No,
I'm Pickle Rick. Look at me.
I turned myself into a fucking pickle,
Mm.
Morty.
no, Brendan Fraser. He plays Rick
Oh, O'Connell.
O'Connell. Thank you.
O'Connell.
Yeah,
Okay, I like that. Is that the name of his character in that?
Rick O'Connell.
I totally forgot that.
Leather cuff and doll. He is. He's wearing this like Indiana Jones puffy like.
I was gonna say,
Oh, yeah.
that's
He's
the other
got
reason. Yeah, he's like a modern Indiana Jones.
But he'll also
very
just
much.
shoot people. He like doesn't care.
I mean,
Well,
Indiana Jones did
that.
too.
Too.
Well, no, but I mean, he's
But Indiana
like,
Jones had the flu when he did that, so
That's true. He doesn't shoot everyone.
No, Rick O'Connell's just like, well, I don't give a shit.
No, I forgot. Like that is the direct, obviously, comparison, and he is like a modern Indiana Jones. But Indiana Jones has the same characteristics of just a classic, entertaining movie. You know, you have action, you have adventure, you have a little romance, you have
got a
a
nuclear surviving
definite
fridge.
bad guy, a definite good guy,
I
right?
mean, definite bad guy. They're just Nazis.
They're Nazis.
They just have a different point of view, guys.
Exactly. They're fine. Very.
They told the truth from a certain point of view.
They didn't do
Oh my
anything.
gosh. Throwing Obi Wan Kenobi under the bus. Obi-Wan Kenobi. We just found out that he would be the most susceptible to any cult. He'd just be like, oh, all right.
All right.
I'll take what you're saying. Yeah.
I want to know your perspective.
Yeah. But only a Sith deals in absolutes. So wait, that takes him to question every time he tells anyone anything. So he tells like his girlfriend, he's like, I love you. She's like, really? And he's like,
No.
but not absolute.
See, that's why Obi-Wan was single.
I think that would be a Jedi thing, anyways.
And aren't there theories that like he wasn't?
But, well, I mean, there's the theory that Anakin had that he was with Amidala.
No. I mean, like
No,
a fan theory.
It's
Oh.
Zach
less
knows
fan
about it.
theory, more canon because of the animated series,
Yeah.
Oh, in the animated series.
because of the Clone Wars.
he had a
The
lady.
animated series, he kind of had a lady, where it wasn't like
Well, but Jedi
directly
weren't
they
forbidden
were, but
from.
he had his lady.
Oh.
Yeah, no,
They were directly forbidden.
Yeah.
I didn't think
That was
they
like
were.
the whole thing.
was the
That's
whole
like how
thing.
Anakin. That's like one of the giant things that
They were
Anakin.
But,
directly
you know, that's the
forbidden,
whole thing
And then
that-
Luke came around and said, "Fuck that shit."
I thought it was the
Luke didn't have to.
banging
They
all
were,
kinds of bras.
Luke was already
I
just.
banged my sister. It's all right.
Hey man, he's just a simple farm boy.
It's even worse because they're twins, dude. They're like as close as you could literally be as siblings.
Cersei and Jaime
That just
Lannister.
means they knew each other real well.
It's the same thing as kissing cousins, just a little closer.
Just a little closer.
Hey, why go across the street when you can go across the hall?
So bad. So bad.
Everyone wants to be all ecological these days. Well,
Anyways, yeah.
Your COVID
But
bubble.
yes, Cameron. They had that was part of the Jedi code was you couldn't have anybody.
I thought it was
because the
just
problem
that they
is-
had to
well,
It was
technically,
it was abstinence.
technically, you just couldn't have any attachments.
That's what it thought it was.
So someone,
you know, the strong attachments.
someone
it
made
didn't
this-
matter about the
someone made this
physical-
argument. Yeah, so
So you
someone
can get
intercourse.
married. You just have to not care about.
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
so
Get
basically,
married.
no, so you couldn't get married because that's obviously
Yeah,
that's, I
no,
mean
I
that's
know.
That's
clearly an
commitment.
I
attachment.
know.
But basically you could, I guess you
Oh,
could
wait.
have, you could just
I mean, why
bang
why
yeah,
couldn't
no,
you?
prostitutes. I
If
guess.
you're
Yeah.
telling, are you like if you don't think Samuel L. Jackson was just going around like, hooking up
Dick
with-
slinging
Just
with the purple lightsaber,
hooking
man.
up with girls
Just
left and right.
smacking.
You are wrong.
He doesn't even. He just uses some weird like force. Oh, that'd be weird.
Okay, you're getting too
Okay,
much
no,
of
no,
the
I'm
details there,
thinking more
buddy.
He
like-
wouldn't need to. That's
Mind
not his
reading.
Thing. That's not what he would
No,
do.
he wouldn't. Yeah, he wouldn't
It's
need to
just Samuel
convince
Jackson.
them.
That's just Mace Windu.
He just walk up and be like, "I'm Mace Windu, bitch,"
True.
and not as a derogatory thing, just like as like a hey, like I'm here, people. Like yeah.
No, I'm sure Mace
like a
Windu had
motherfucker.
his
Yeah,
slew
exactly.
of women.
Oh, he probably did.
I mean, Obi-Wan
Yoda,
probably
too.
did
I mean, this
I don't know
They're
about
bouncing
Yoda.
from
Yoda
planet to
definitely, dude.
this person has a pretty good handle
Kid
on it.
Fistu?
Oh, that's weird.
That dude was laying it.
There,
That guy
no,
24/7.
no Jedi are
Did you see
not
those tentacles?
celibate or chaste. They're only forbidden from forming relationships that would override their duty to the Republic.
So that
Yeah.
really is
So,
it.
for example, a Jedi is not forbidden from things like one-night stands, hiring prostitutes, experimenting with each other, non-romantic sex, being friends with benefits. But a Jedi is forbidden from things like marriage and any sort of romantic relationship.
Wow. Which is like so ass backwards. You're just like, what?
Not if you think about what the Jedi was kind of promoting.
I know, but I'm saying in terms of like how life and people work, it's so ass backwards. Like,
Well, that's why.
do you know how many movies have been made about the friends with benefits thing? Like too many. We know it doesn't work.
But if you're thinking of a life,
Justin Timberlake made
If-
one, I'm pretty sure.
He did. With
Wasn't
Mila
it called
Kunis.
Friends with Benefits?
I think theirs
yeah,
was
with
called theirs was called Just
Mila
Friends.
Kunis.
Oh wait, no, that wasn't Just Friends. That was a Ryan Reynolds movie. I really like that one.
Yeah.
But that one wasn't about being friends with benefits.
No.
No,
Oh,
there
that
was
was a
there
cute
was
movie,
one
too.
they came out literally like in the same year. The one with Timberlake and Mila Kunis, and then the other one, which is clearly like the higher tier one, is the one with Ashton Kutcher and what? What is happening? What is that? That's a chicken?
Yes,
Why does it look like a evil voodoo doll?
because it's aerosol.
It looks frightening. Okay. Anyway, the other one was made with Ashton Kutcher and Padme. What's her name?
Oh, Natalie Portman?
Natalie Portman. That was the higher caliber because I mean, look at the actors.
I mean, if we're...
Which is ironic because then the two from the opposite movies ended up marrying each other. But you know,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, Ashton Kutcher, not a lot of great choices in life.
Wow, wow, those are some harsh.
I mean,
like life. You just judge his whole life. Not a lot of great.
Not a lot of great choices.
Wow.
And I mean,
Who are you to
but,
judge?
I mean, his got a decent career and a smoking hot wife.
I was gonna say
No,
I don't.
Justin Timberlake's movie was called Friends with Benefits.
Oh,
That one was called Friends with Benefits.
I was right.
But the other one was called something more like Clever.
Oh, right.
It was
Less
called
on the nose.
It was like, which is why it was the higher caliber with the higher actors. You know,
But
it's
it
like,
had an actual writer. Is what
Yeah,
you're saying.
exactly.
Yeah.
Justin Timberlake has never been in very
Uh,
good movies.
No, what was that?
Which I don't think
was
says
it-
anything about
was
him.
it Watch
but-
Dogs? What was that called?
Was he in Watch Dogs?
Watch Dogs?
The video game?
No, not the video game.
No, I know there was a
Oh,
movie.
I'm thinking you can watch.
Are you thinking War Dogs?
No.
Or are you thinking Out of Time? The one where he like was in where time was money or something. Very interesting premise, but I heard it really didn't deliver at all.
I hate that. I look up Justin Timberlake movies, and the first thing that pops up is Trolls World Tour.
Because it's so fucking popular, dude, with the kids,
Oh,
dude.
it's so bad.
Yeah.
Wasn't he in one with like Chris Brown, Idris Elba? They were like a group of guys robbing a bank or something. I want to say Justin Timberlake was
That's
in that
interesting.
movie. And I want to say it was a pretty well received movie.
Huh. Maybe.
Tower Heist. I think it's on Netflix.
Oh, that's with
Isn't Justin
Eddie
Timberlake in that?
Murphy.
Oh, Alpha Dog.
Yeah, that's a totally different movie.
And yeah,
But I mean, it,
mine.
Dog was it. All I'm saying is he was
Dog,
in
the bounty hunter?
he was in Alpha Dog, and he was
am the
he was a gangster.
big
Like-
big dog.
Anyway,
Cameron's clearly watched a lot of Dog the Bounty Hunter.
yeah,
That's
apparently.
South Park,
The
dude.
bounty.
That's
Oh,
Eric
that's
Cartman
right.
when he-
That's right. I forgot about that. I totally forgot he did a thing on that.
Anyway, my point was Justin Timberlake can act in a dramatic role.
I don't think he's a bad actor. I said he's in a lot of bad movies, but I don't think that speaks anything to him.
Yeah.
Tower Heist was with Eddie Murphy and Ben Stiller and like.
Oh,
all
that
these
was such a
people.
bad
Okay,
movie.
that is not the movie.
Yeah.
The,
Are you thinking Inside Man? Denzel Washington
no.
and Clive Owen.
I want to say it was.
Good old Clive Owen.
Good old Clive.
And,
What kind of a name is Clive, dude?
okay, this is going to bug
Celtic.
me.
Is it?
Yeah.
Huh. Okay. It's just so close to Clove. You know?
Clover being Celtic.
Ah. Clove? But then you have cloves.
Then you also have. I was thinking. Does that work? Is that the past tense?
Cloved? Or are you thinking of cleaved? How about Cleveland? A land of cleaving? Or a land of cleavage?
Yeah, it's
But it's
just
interesting.
rolling hills.
Well, it's so. Wow. I was going to say, it's interesting that term because to cleave is like to like separate, which typically was like when you cleave something.
Cloven.
Oh,
So-
like a cloven hoof.
So cloven is Old English for
It's like separated. yeah.
separating something.
But yeah, it's interesting when you
Separated
cleave.
right down the middle.
Oh, I dig it.
When you cleave something, but it can be referred to most of the time. It's like in a way that you like cut something, you split
Well, and-
it, right?
And
Cleave.
Cleven is Dutch, and Kleben is German,
Cleaving.
and those both got incorporated into English with cloven to give us cleave.
Oh, so okay. So that's I don't know, that's interesting. And then it's just funny that then we refer to like, breasts as
Cut right down the middle.
as cleavage.
Separation.
It's just I
Right
mean
down the
it's
middle.
technically correct, but it's like the association is odd.
Meh.
So is calling a turtleneck shirt a turtleneck. Like that seems weird. That association took me up until 6 months ago.
Immediately, it was like shoves his shoulders way up by his ears.
No, it actually kind of
That's
makes
funny.
sense though. Because
No, it absolutely does make sense.
Yeah.
But the connection is something that it straight up took me 25 years.
I was gonna say, have
to
you seen
get-
a turtle up close?
Yeah.
They have a ring of skin that just goes to here. Like it has
Yeah.
nothing to do with even shrinking into their shell.
Yeah.
It's they have a ring of skin that goes up to their head
Mm-hmm.
like that.
So yeah, the weird thing is like it's like we could have called it turtle it's a good thing we called it turtleneck because otherwise we would have had to call it like foreskin.
Yeah.
Oh, you're wearing your foreskin shirt tonight.
Oh no.
I see.
Or like a foreneck.
A foreneck.
Foreneck shirt.
Much
A
like
a fornicating shirt.
much like free form.
Oh. I found the movie you were thinking of, Dallas.
Oh, it wasn't
is.
me. It was actually Cameron.
No strings
Oh, unless it was the-
attached.
No strings
that's
attached.
That is not Ryan Reynolds. It is Ashton Kutcher.
No, I said Ashton Kutcher.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I clarified that
No,
much earlier.
we
didn't
Ryan Reynolds was a different thing
that's
altogether.
just Friends.
Yes, I saw.
Which
I
is a
found that one,
different-
but that was
yeah.
a different concept.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorites. I really like.
It's a good one.
I like that movie a lot.
And the girl in there is so cute.
Yeah, she's pretty good looking. Can't remember her name, but she was also in The Butterfly Effect
Mhm.
with
Ashton
Ashton
Kutcher.
Kutcher. Now we got our sixth
I mean-
separation from.
I mean, basically
Kevin Bacon.
everything comes back to the butterfly effect. That's the point of the butterfly effect.
So you're
So-
saying is that the bad choice that Ashton Kutcher made, or is that the good choice? Because he
I mean, honestly, it's a pretty good movie.
just depends on
So-
whether you watch the director's cut or not.
Somewhat true.
They're very drastic,
Very drastic endings. Yeah.
consequences to
Yeah.
What?
Depending on how nihilistic you want to be in life.
Yeah, seriously. Jeez. Well, I should have known better. I remember when that movie came out. I was just young enough to be like, I remember like the older teenagers going to watch it while we were at summer camp, church camp of all things, and they're like watching it, and they're like, "Yeah, I don't know if you want to watch it." I was like, "All right," and I want to watch it. And then my dad was watching it with us, and he literally would like, he was like, he's like, "You got to get out for this part," and I'd be like, "Oh, okay."
Oh,
And I remember we ended up not being able to finish it because it's a pretty visceral movie. And you should know that because the kids in the movie go to watch Seven like when they're like 12. And so that should give you a trajectory for like, oh, this is what type of movie. Well, yeah, notwithstanding, present company. But it's... it just goes to show you like kind of how messed up that movie's going to be, because I mean, if you ever seen the movie Seven or know anything about it, I mean, what's in the box? What's in the box?
Another
What's in the box?
another movie that forces the conundrum of Kevin Spacey because he's so good in it. Like, how much do we throw away of the artist's career when we find out that they were
Yeah, see, I'm a very
terrible?
big. I mean, I disagree. I mean, I don't know. Like when you find out,
There's no right answer.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's kind of like beauty. I think it's like it's in the eye of the beholder, right? And I think if you can, you can. If you can't, you can't. And I think that's fine.
Yeah, whatever you choose, it's
yeah.
gotta be.
I
You have to be comfortable with your choice.
Yeah. So, like for instance, if you're gonna sit there and you're like, I'm okay with watching this movie with, or like an old comedy routine of like, Bill Cosby. If you're okay with that, then fine. And if someone's not, then don't watch it.
I cannot listen to R. Kelly. I just can't.
Well,
I can't listen to him without thinking of Dave Chappelle's "I'm gonna piss on you." So it just makes me laugh every time.
Part of R. Kelly though, his songs just sound wrong with the outside of music part of his life.
Well, they're all sexual.
Yeah.
That's the difference with his shit. It's like you're like it's all that. Like how can you separate it? It is all that stuff.
Whereas I grew up with Bill Cosby himself.
See, it's exactly the same.
That stand up, and it's one of the best stand ups ever.
Oh yes, hands down.
But he's a terrible man.
I mean, he did some terrible things.
He did some terrible things
during that time.
Yeah.
But it's like when I'm sitting there watching it, I don't think of that. I think of my childhood growing up watching it, and it's
So Dave Chappelle says that Bill Cosby funded the microphone for Martin Luther King's "I Have a Dream" speech.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if that is true, like
I bet it
that's
is.
one of those things that just kind of fucks with you. Like,
no, but he funded a bunch of
personally,
stuff. Did you get that? I mean, from that same stand up, I mean, you got his whole point at the end, right?
Yeah, he saves pretty.
He rapes, but he saves.
Yeah,
he goes
it's like,
and he repeats it again. He's like, but he does rape.
Yeah,
It's like,
you
but he
can't-
saves.
It's
can't
the
turn
flawed
one
hero.
either-
Right.
either
It's which is
side.
like I think Dave
it's-
Chappelle's just pointed out the reality of like,
Mhm.
look, like yes, he did something that is
Criminal.
criminal and that a lot of people will have a very visceral reaction to, and it's considered obviously very terrible.
Mhm.
At the same time, he's saying, why are you deifying this person beyond humanity? Like to put them on such a high pedestal for them to fall so far, I think is part of the problem. You know,
I didn't really catch that. Like
maybe that's me reading into it more, but I'm saying like, you know, people are good, and what he's saying is people do good and bad things.
Yeah.
And everyone does, maybe not to that extent, but we do.
Yeah.
And so if you stop holding them up to such a high regard, you won't be as surprised when they're not as perfect as you thought they would be, right?
And you know, shit, you might even see, you know, if you don't have such a bright light on somebody, you might see more of their shadows.
Exactly.
I'm sure that doesn't make sense, but
No, I get what you're saying.
Yes.
I totally get what you're saying.
The closer you get to the light, the greater your shadow becomes.
the night is dark
Ah.
and full of terrors.
Thank you, Kingdom Hearts.
That was a different
All right.
tale, but yeah.
Yeah, that was a video game reference. Thank you.
Yeah. That's interesting. I just found out today is a special day. I didn't realize.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Could go a couple ways with that.
Go every which way but loose.
Good movie reference.
Yeah. If you haven't seen that, you should. It's an old classic. Clint Eastwood. It's pretty good. He literally is joined. What, is it a chimp or is it a
Orangutan.
It's an orangutan. It's pretty awesome. You should watch that. Classic, like,
Who-
70s movie.
Who
where
will punch people in the face.
It's pretty awesome. It's
great.
It's so cool. We should actually watch it sometime. It's pretty incredible if you have never watched it. Every which way but loose. It's great. Yeah. Anyway,
We're about an hour 40.
yeah, we're in an hour 40. Do you guys
I'm
want
gonna
to
take
wrap up
off.
early?
What's your special day?
He was asking you, Dallas.
Yeah.
You said they found
You
out.
said today is a special day.
Oh, I just found out. Well, it might be. We'll see. We'll see. I'll let you know if
Okay. Cliffhanger by
yeah.
Dallas.
next
All right.
Sorry, that wasn't very
Thank
funny.
you all.
But yeah.
We say
All
goodbye
right.
to Cameron.
Yeah.
Cam.
Later, Cameron. Thank you for joining us, dude. Until next time, you're welcome back anytime. Yeah, I was gonna say, dude, this Saturday we're probably just gonna hang out. So if you wanna come hang, have a drink, do whatever. You can turn on that front light. It's the one. Yeah, there you go. All right, later on, man.
Peace.
Later.
Yeah. Yeah. I still smell the cinnamon on me. A firebomb, man.
I mean, it's on your skin, so
Yeah, but I always feel like everyone else can smell it. I feel like I'm like a
if I was
walking candle.
sniffing you, then yeah.
I don't think so.
I don't know. It's just so strong.
If you walked up to him and sniffed him, you could smell it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I don't know.
will
I
say,
guess.
like it's one of those things where people don't really notice unless you get really close, but
Yeah.
you think it is. It's
Yeah.
like after Saturday night, like until like midday today when I like took a shower, my hair still smelled like smoke from the fire.
Well, I mean, it will smell like that until you wash it, basically.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
also with firebomb, the same thing with any of those the ointments.
Bombs, yeah.
Yeah. Once the
You put a bomb on? Who told you to put a bomb on?
Yeah, you're funny. The thing with those is once the scent gets in your nose, it stays in your nose.
Ah,
It lingers in your senses.
that's
So
true.
it's not necessarily that you're refreshing, like the smell coming off of you is refreshing your nose every time. Your nose is just, your sense of smell is full of that smell right now.
Yeah, but after a certain while of smelling something for a long time, your brain usually forgets about it. It doesn't mean you stop receiving it. It's just you stop sending signals.
Yeah, but our brains are weird. Where if it's a,
I mean,
if it's a, I don't know what the terminology is for it. If it's a certain smell, it lingers longer than other smells.
maybe if it's like a good smell.
I think it has to do with like the chemical balance of the smell itself.
Oh, okay.
Which is why I don't know the terminology because I got a
we
D
have to
in
get
chemistry.
in, we have to get into like hydrocarbons or something. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I don't know.
That is what it is. It's chains of hydrocarbons, but yeah,
I believe you. I do.
Yeah, I don't know that much about chemistry, but I know enough to say that. That's all I know.
Right. I can say chemistry.
Chemistry.
I'm well versed in chemistry.
Well versed.
Well versed.
Yeah.
In chemistry.
As I like
Very
how,
scald.
I like how as you try and be more, chemistry, your English degree just slowly, you're just switching.
Hey,
No,
hey,
no,
man,
he's not switching him. He's actually
dragging it down.
no, he's
That's
realizing
what it
he's
is.
just how dumb he is.
Yeah,
He just doesn't know anything.
Yeah, no. What it is, it does drag you down because you can't do both.
Can you not?
No.
Oh yeah. I will say, no one I've ever known had very high degrees in both an art and a science.
It's really hard to do.
Yes, but I think I've met several people who have very high degrees in, for instance, several sciences or several arts.
Right. Well, and here's a thing that is true about academics. If you have multiple degrees or a high degree in linguistics, it's a lot easier to get a science degree as well.
Really?
Because linguistics is the science of language.
So it's not. So it's just how it's like created and how we communicate.
How your
versus...
brain processes it.
I see.
And if you do linguistics and you learn multiple languages, your brain is more apt to be like receptive to those sciences, especially if they're a science that fascinate you. Like for me, if I was going to go into a science, the one science class I took that I really enjoyed was plant science, where I grew a garden.
Botany.
Where I grew a garden.
Oh.
And that was really fun.
Yeah.
But like if I wanted to pursue that, there's no job where I would find creative writing and botany, let's say. I'm not gonna write.
Maybe if you were to
I'm not gonna write on Walden Pond. It's not gonna,
I guess if
it's
you
not
were
gonna
to write
happen.
like haikus about bonsai trees or something like that, it sounds very zen. If you were to,
that's a true art.
That's a true art right there. Yeah.
Start a blog about your home garden.
I mean, I could turn into
Oh my gosh!
I could turn into Thoreau.
Officially, if any of you start a blog about your home garden, I can't be your friend anymore.
Okay,
I'm just letting you know that.
But
Tim is like his brain is going. All right, start this.
He's like,
tomorrow.
start this tomorrow.
No. I could be Thoreau and write an entire chapter on beans.
Oh gosh!
But I read that chapter already and I hated it, so I'm not going to write that.
That's why, what's his name in Casablanca says, I can't remember the full line. But he goes,
what's his name in Casablanca?
Amen.
Really?
You know what I'm talking about. Frick. What's that guy's name? The old guy. Oh my gosh! Why can't I remember? The character's name is what? Rick? Is that right? Rick. Yeah, he's Rick. I can't remember the actor's name. I know it's killing me. It's the same guy who was in Sabrina.
Yeah?
I can't remember his name.
The better Sabrina.
The good Sabrina, yeah. The only thing good about the modern Sabrina... Well, actually, no. There were two things good about the modern Sabrina. And neither of them were Sabrina.
Right.
It was the two brothers. They freaking great actors, dude. Yeah. And but it's in their name, Sabrina. Like, I get that it's hard to meet up to,
Audrey Hepburn.
Hepburn.
A little bit.
But like, it's almost like they didn't try. It's like they're just like, meh. We have Harrison Ford and what's his name? What's the guy's name who played David? Can't remember. Anyway, they were so awesome. That's what kept me going through that one. I was like, okay, these guys are entertaining and they're good. Like, yeah. But anyway, when he says might not like equate with a hill of beans, or might not make much out of a hill of beans.
Life don't mean much more than a hill of beans.
Yeah. See that he was directly talking about Henry David Thoreau.
No, he wasn't. Bogart was nowhere near Thoreau on that.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
Henry Bogart. Yeah.
Bogey.
Good old bogus.
Maltese Falcon, still my favorite.
I've never seen that.
Really?
Yeah, no.
His PI stuff is pretty it's
I could
amazing.
imagine it being pretty awesome. I mean, Casablanca as a noir is just so good.
Yeah.
So like anything similar to that would be incredible. He would make a great gumshoe.
He plays a good one.
Yeah, I would like to see that.
The Maltese Falcon actually has some fun Easter eggs in it. Like they made 7 of the Falcons. 5 of them were like paper mache.
Oh.
And 2 of them were made out of lead.
Oh, just to mess with people?
Well, no, it was for something.
Oh.
It was specifically for the prop itself.
Oh.
But Bogart dropped one of the lead ones on his foot and broke his foot during filming. And they kept the scene where he dropped it.
Really?
Yeah.
You're like, that's where you did the best, man. He's like, I was in pain.
He acted through it. So.
Wow. That's like a modern day. That's like DiCaprio when he cuts his hand in Django.
Yeah.
And he just keeps acting. And dude, like when you rewatch that scene, you're like, he's even acting like he got cut. And you can see his hand start to bleed.
It laid his hand open.
Yeah, and you can see, like, and if you rewatch, he has like 0 reaction when it happens. And you're like,
he's just fully involved in that character.
This is a clear actor. Like, what an incredible actor. Yeah.
Which is why, what was that Wall Street movie he did? Wolf of Wall Street.
What was that Wall Street movie? You just said half of the title.
Well,
what
yeah.
was that Wall Street movie?
I couldn't remember the first part. Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah.
Which is why I think he was really on drugs during that movie.
You think it was actually on Quaaludes?
I think it was actually on Quaaludes.
Even though Quaaludes don't exist anymore?
I mean, they don't exist because nobody's making them.
Wait, what? You know what's funny about what you just said? It's like you said something that was a rebuttal, but all you did was actually confirm what I said.
No, I'm just saying people don't make them with air quotes.
With air quotes.
People don't make them.
I just love the way that sounds, yeah.
The chemical concoction still exists. It's not like the pills have disappeared from humanity.
Well, he even says in the movie, he said it was harder to find Quaaludes, and so you had to kind of like stock up on them. Yeah.
It was harder to find them because people were getting shut down for making them.
Right. Yeah, like all the good stuff, like original Coke. You know? I just want original flavored Coke. Is that too much to ask?
Coke flavored Coke.
Exactly.
I want some Coke in my cola.
I would. I'm in love with the cocoa.
All right. On that note, we are wrapping up Freeform Podcast.
That's true. Thanks for tuning in.
This drug-addled ending brought to you by Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah.
Brought to you by drugs. All right. Thanks for tuning in. Cameron's gone. Thanks for tuning in with Tim and Gabby and Zach and myself. Until next time, no drugs were abused in this.
Right, we were responsible.
Yes. Quite.
We just talked about eating snakes.
Right.
No snakes were harmed either. Yeah.
No snakes.
Till then, see you next time.